So I apologize that I look like there's a floodlight in my face and
No, you look fine.
nothing I can do about it. I can't get the brightness down any further.
No, you look good.
Yeah, I don't think you're bothering anyone.
Okay. All right. So, let me share the thing. Throw it on. I'll just put it in D&D scheduling. And I did send this to Amber, so she'll already be up to speed there.
Oh, good. So she won't yell at me.
All right. Last time we started our one shot that we'll hopefully finish tonight. Called it Terror at Kresk Abbey, Part 1. Once upon a time. It was the year 621 of the Barovian calendar, nearly 3 centuries since Count Strahd von Zarovich had conquered the valley. The people of Kresk, like every other citizen in Barovia, lived in a state of perpetual torment at the tyrant's hands. But in Kresk, there was hope. A powerful cleric, Bishop Markovia, was raising a small army in the safety of the abbey at Kresk. Something more than the tall stone walls kept them safe, but only a select few knew that Markovia also possessed a powerful magic artifact, the holy symbol of Ravenkind. Incensed by its power, the bishop believed it was her duty to slay the Dark Lord and liberate the people of Barovia. She assembled her strike force, calling upon every trained guard, soldier, and magic wielder of Kresk to come forward. However, before they launched their attack on Castle Ravenloft, they hosted a grand feast and blessing in the name of the Morning Lord. To the attendants of the abbey, this was the biggest event of their lives, and dinner would need to be commensurate. Under the direction of the masterful kitchen steward, Holga Ansel, the staff put forth their best effort in preparation. First, she called on Virgil Gumboots, a mumbling camouflage gardener, to head to the farmsteads and pick the freshest turnips for the stew. Virgil procured a large sack of perfectly ripe ones after eliminating a rabbit infestation with his trusty pitchfork 4-tine. Holga wasn't happy that some of the turnips had bites in them, but they would do. Next, she put Felix on task to get every last dish clean, spotless. The older gentleman dashed in, inexplicably wearing a tuxedo for this job. His ever-loyal dog, Coldwater, followed him in the kitchen. Once there, the absent-minded Felix enlisted Coldwater to help get the massive pile of dishes cleaned in time. It was still quite a chore, but the dog was hungry and made sure every last plate at least looked spotless. Then Holga summoned Torgus Bifflebottom, her assistant chef and butcher, to find a cut of beef worthy of serving to Bishop Markovia. The heavy-set, repulsive man squirmed his way down to the small ranch that was known to have the healthiest livestock. However, when he knocked on the door, the farmer recognized him as someone who he had caught peeping at his daughter years ago. Responding to him as a pervert, he refused to sell him anything. This frustrated Torgus, but didn't deter him from his objective. He snuck back into the stables and tried to kill a cow with a spell, but it failed. So he just started bashing it repeatedly with a dull mace. Bleeding and moaning between weak blows, eventually the cow died. But not having a knife, Torgus ran back to the front door to ask the farmer for one. The farmer was no more friendly or cooperative than before, and a flustered Torgus wasn't sure what to do, so he bashed the farmer with the mace too, knocking him out instantly as the rancher bled out on the kitchen floor.
Oh my god.
Torgus then grabbed a knife and expertly butchered the cow. Not wanting to leave any evidence behind and unsure what to do about the farmer's body, he tried to burn the house down, but that proved too difficult, so he just walked away. While the rancher bled out, his wife sat quietly in the back room, momentarily relieved that her husband stopped his constant complaining. Torgus gave Holga the meat, and she was thrilled with it. Inspired by the top quality ingredients and spotless kitchen and dishes, Holga prepared the best meal of her lengthy career. The aroma of candied turnips, hearty stews, and a heavily salted beef roast filled every corner of the abbey, fueling excitement for the event and boosting confidence in the mission. For many in Kresk, this would be the best meal they ever ate, and for some, it would also be their last.
Oh, wow.
As Holga's staff, foreshadowing, I learned that in 6th grade English class. As Holga's staff served the outstanding meal and excellent wine, the bishop gave a lengthy speech and showed everyone the holy symbol of Ravenkind, which she claimed would ensure their victory over the vampire. She also assured everyone that the abbey would remain safe in her absence because its walls could never be breached, and no vampire could enter the hallowed grounds without an explicit invitation, which would never happen. So a small group would stay behind to maintain the abbey, but otherwise, every capable soldier would accompany her war party. However, one of her soldiers suddenly had last-minute doubts about leaving the comfort of Kresk. The largest of her elite guards, a simpleton named Marcel Bellevue, was also a patient of the abbey's psychiatrist, Boris Oxford. Knowing that Marcel is agoraphobic and has never left Kresk, Boris tried to soothe the Goliath, and eventually he calmed him down. Marcel agreed to join the assault, which was met with applause by the room. The revelry resumed, but more trouble arose in the form of a couple of young men from the village who tried to crash the party. The veteran head of security, Alexander Kaladin, sprung into action and grabbed one of the interlopers, who was immediately remorseful and begged for forgiveness. The middle-aged guard's softer side emerged, and he handed the man a few candied turnips and told him to get lost. Thrilled at his sudden turn of luck, he thanked Alexander and scrambled off. The crowd felt more secure for the rest of the night. Eventually, the feast ended and the advance war party departed. Markovia held the holy symbol high above her head as the entire town cheered until long after they marched out of view. If all went well, they would breach the gates of Ravenloft at dawn. With so few people remaining behind and many of them passed out, the abbey was exceptionally quiet that evening. That is, until sometime in the twilight hours, a massive explosion rocked the entire village of Kresk, sending a loud boom across the valley. Someone had detonated something that blew a gigantic hole in the structure's outer wall, somewhere along the north wall. Several employees of the abbey showed up to see what happened. Felix was mumbling about a crazy dream and about Strahd and blamed Marcel for peeping in windows. So Boris handed him a red pill to calm his nerves. Virgil was utterly terrified about the breach, and Felix meandered back to the abbey, and Boris went along with him. Alexander had received reports that someone was peeking in on the nuns, and the group suspected Torgus was involved, but they didn't press the issue. Alexander interrogated Boris on his whereabouts throughout the evening, but he dodged the question. The others were focusing on the gaping hole in the wall. Right on cue, wolves howled nearby. Alexander and Virgil, spelled that wrong, went into the abbey to recruit some help to repair the wall. No sooner than they left, a pack of wolves launched through the opening and attacked the others. Immediately, a wolf pinned Boris to the ground, injuring him. Holga used some trickery she learned from years of cooking and shot flames out of her hands, scorching two beasts. Felix awkwardly stabbed at another wolf a few times, but seemingly lost track of what he was doing and then wandered off. Torgus gently rubbed Boris while using restorative powers he learned from his short stint as a priest. Holga swatted at the wolf with her spoon, and while it was distracted, Felix casually walked back up and pushed his dagger into the wolf's back, killing it. With a blank look, the old dishwasher walked away absentmindedly. As the six of them regrouped to the interior of the abbey, a horse approached with a bundle on its back, a lifeless body. It was Bishop Markovia, gravely injured and barely conscious. The attack on Ravenloft had failed. With her dying words, she implored the group to hide the holy symbol of Ravenkind. Looking up at Torgus, she pressed the artifact into his hands. She said to hide it in the fields under the watchful eye of the Scarecrow. Bishop Markovia was dying. Boris tried to heal her, but she was too far gone. Both he and Alexander lamented at this unfathomable loss. Her attendant, Lady Romanescu, explained what happened during the assault. The archers succumbed to illness, and she posited that perhaps it was food poisoning or some other bacteria, but the plates looked so clean. This left the party vulnerable to dive attacks from bats, which weakened them. But because the dinner was of such high quality, the well-fed soldiers tore through a line of vampire thrall, and the holy symbol shone brightly throughout the fight. Since the stew was top-notch, Markovia's blessings protected them on their way across the bridge to Ravenloft, and as Marcel was so inspired and confident to join the battle, he single-handedly manned a battering ram and burst through the closed gates of the castle. But ultimately, Strahd knew every aspect of their strategy and was well prepared for the attack. The entire thing was a premeditated setup by the vampire to lure Markovia into his lair with the holy symbol. But fortunately, she managed to escape with the relic. Their brief moment of silence for the bishop was interrupted by the increased howling of wolves and then a knocking as a man shouted, help me, they're after me." Alexander headed towards the gate. Meanwhile, Torgus insisted on immediately taking the holy symbol to the Scarecrow as Markovia requested. Virgil grabbed Fortine to support him and suggested they head straight there, but Torgus needed something from his room first, a very important jar. Virgil asked for the symbol and said he would take care of it while Torgus went to his room. Torgus agreed to this, and Virgil sped towards the fields. Back at the gate, Alexander, Boris, Holga, and Felix discovered who was yelling for help. Hark Metis, a traveling merchant who had been seen frequently around town. For some reason, he was standing outside of the low gate, yelling about wolves. Alexander and Boris deliberated over letting him in under these strange circumstances. Alexander told everyone to stand back and not do or say a thing as he opened the gates widely. One would have expected Hark Metis to run through them at that point, but oddly, he stood still. Metis asked, "Aren't you going to invite me in?" "Absolutely not," replied Alexander. Boris gave Alexander an appalled scoff as he walked by him, looked at Hark, bowed, and said, "Baron Metis, please come in." The merchant smirked as fangs popped out, and in a flash, the vampire Baron Metis flashed through 3 commoners nearby and then turned to face the party. Heading towards the fields, Virgil felt the holy symbol of Ravenkind glow warm as Torgus rummaged around a chest in his bedroom looking for something important. I'm going to take us to a giant battle map.
Oh, God.
Sorry for those of you that don't like fighting a lot, but it feels like that's going to happen.
That's just going to happen, folks.
You might want to do a lot of zooming in and out. I'm not doing any fog of war. I'll give you a quick tour of what's going on here. This is the
rat fucked. Yeah, this is.
So this is the Abbey that you're familiar with, that you all live in. So you kind of are all really familiar with it, which is why we're not doing any fog of war. You see the front gates where everybody is at, and you'll see that's Baron Metis right there, and that's your party. And then Virgil and Torgus, you are inside of the sort of Abbey living areas up to the northeast.
Yes.
You're in a room there marching around. Virgil, you are moving swiftly along the road towards the north, or towards the fields that are sort of to the north of this map. The breach in the wall, you'll see kind of middle of the map with the big flames coming out of it and the dead wolves that you guys killed. And that's where we're at. But we have to roll for initiative.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah? Fuck me.
Hey, Dan.
Yo.
Where was the scarecrow that I was actually headed for? Where's that located?
What did you know about what?
Well, remember, I saw her doing something at that incantation or something at that.
Okay, you would know exactly where it is.
Right.
And I don't know if you see me pinging it, but it was this one.
Okay.
Do you see me pinging it?
Yeah,
so it was what you saw was right around, almost like a perfect circle around that scarecrow the night before.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Dan.
Yo.
After you set up the turn order,
Mhm.
but before we do the battle, I have a question,
Yep.
and I just want to do a thing
Okay.
that doesn't have to do with the turn order.
Okay. Cool.
So let me know.
So let me just load them all up and then
Light it up.
Okay. What? Let's see. Felix, what was your initiative?
Oh, sorry. Here, I'm rolling. Let me roll and roll 20. Sorry, I was catching up on my stats and my. Hang on.
Oh, I forgot we can do it in roll 22. That's right.
6.
Okay. Means you're before Torgus. Okay. Adam, what do you got?
There's no modifiers for this, right? Everybody's just a D20.
Let's see. Dex. I think your Dex modifier goes
Okay,
into your
all right.
initiative.
So then
I
I got 9.
9. Okay.
Oh, I was 3 then. My bad.
Okay.
So that'll be good.
So
Everybody's checking their character sheet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got mine up.
I had 17. Dan.
okay, let's see. So Boris is. Let's see. It was Alexander, then Boris, then Felix, then Torgus. Okay.
Dan, would it
what-
be a
what-
spoiler if I put my character sheet on my stream, or would we
No.
not prefer it?
No,
That's
no,
okay.
not at all. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Who had 17?
I did.
Nice. Okay.
I would have called it out earlier. I was looking for my modifier. Sorry.
Nope. That's all good. All right, and then Matt, what did you have?
3. For
Oh wait,
Torgus.
you had 3. Who am I missing here? Oh, I'll have to roll for. Somebody want to roll for Holga?
I'll do it.
Okay,
I don't know what the modifier is, but she rolled a 19.
a 19. Okay, I have her sheet.
Glasses.
No modifier. So you said 19 though.
Yep.
Okay. You guys see the turn order thing? Because I want to keep that up for you. So
Yes.
it's-
Yep.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
Am I doing something wrong here? Why is my character the only one that I see his name of on the turn order?
Oh really?
Yeah.
I only see mine.
Isn't that weird? That's not how it always. It normally shows all the names. I wonder
I only see mine.
if it has something to do with us changing names around or something.
Let me see.
We can figure it
You
out
don't.
pretty quick.
So you don't see the nameplate on anybody except yourself. Is that what
I-
you said?
Yeah, on mine, I just see everybody's picture and the order, but just my character's first name on the
Ah.
turn order.
All right, hold on.
I see Torgus now.
Yeah.
That fat fuck.
Oh yeah.
Does it have something to do with us playing like different characters or whatever?
Yeah, I set all this stuff up tonight, so there was like one little thing
Oh.
I forget. Yeah. You seeing them all now? Are they all popping in?
Yep.
Doing Alexander now. Okay. Am I missing anybody yet?
Joe Biden.
Biden.
I shit my pants. What?
All right.
Did he really shit his pants?
Yeah.
Probably.
Wait, what?
It's not confirmed, but
When he saw the Pope, he shit his pants.
he might have soiled himself. He had a bathroom emergency.
So Alexander? What did you have again?
11.
11. Okay. And Felix, you had 6.
I had a 9.
Or you had 7 actually. You had a 9. Wait, Torgus, what did you have? You had 3, 9. Okay. Cool. All right, I think we got it. Hogue was at 19, Virgil 17, Alexander 11, Boris 9, Felix 7, 3. Okay. Got it. All right. So that's the scene. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. Hold on. Supposed to have music.
Here we go.
I hear
Now I hear it.
There it is. That's the content I pay for.
All right. So this Baron Metis comes in. He just, as soon as he flies in through these front gates, there's a couple of like nuns or orderlies that he just rips right through, and they just drop to the ground just in a flash. And then he stands and he turns. Holga looks up at him, and she starts running.
Real quick. Can
Oh,
I
I'm
ask-
sorry. That
That's
was my
all
bad.
No, that's all right.
I had too many things I don't pay attention.
That's okay. So, two minor questions, because I never experienced this in D&D yet. He invited in the Baron.
Right.
Any other of these types of creatures in the vicinity, would that extend to them, or it would have to be to each one? Or if you're not allowed to say, that's fine.
Just make a history check, which I think is like your wisdom.
Think I have anything on that? Regular.
No, actually, that's intelligence. My bad.
It's let me just see it's -1, so it's going to be 18.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you've been around for a while. You've been on various different like security details, and you've been well trained in fighting against dark creatures. And as far as you've learned, a vampire would need to be invited in specifically by name. It wouldn't extend to like all its allies.
The other thing I was curious about, you see how he killed those 3 commoners that were nearby?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any others anywhere near us?
No, not around here. In fact, there's very few left just in general. No, not out here at this point.
Okay, the other thing was I can't do it because my kid will wake up and my wife will kill me, but I just want my guy to scream something if he can.
All right.
If that's allowed. If it's not, that's cool.
You can do whatever you want.
But I would just scream that Hark is a vampire. Arm yourselves, and Boris invited him in. As loud as I could, for as long as I could, so that anybody nearby could know what's happening.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. How loud are you yelling?
I'm gonna scream.
Top of your lungs?
Yeah, top of my lungs, turning red. Use my asthma inhaler afterwards.
So, Virgil, you can't make out what's being said, but you hear a desperate shouting that seems odd to you. Actually, make a perception roll. Munch.
That's also wisdom, right?
That's wisdom. Yep.
8.
Okay. Yeah, you hear like what sounds like a desperate screaming back from the group that you left.
Can I see anything? Like if I hear this desperate screaming.
Let's see. So you're about 190 feet away. It's not super bright. It's you don't see anything specific other than that you see the group, but they're just like kind of like you can't really make out what's going on or who's there or whatever.
So I can't see like nun blood spatter going on or red mist flying around the nuns and.
Not really. Not clearly from here, but you can tell there's like a group hanging around, just kind of looking odd.
Is it fair to say that I would think something's they're in trouble?
Yes.
Okay.
Like the screaming sounded desperate, but you're not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I know the Abbey. And I know where Torgus was going, right?
Yes.
What is the quickest way that I would know to get into there to him?
Oh, to Torgus? Yeah, you could cut inside. I mean, unless you wanted to try to like crawl through a window, which you could do. Yeah, you could try. It's going to require a little bit more athleticism. If you just wanted to run in, you'd be looking at like this path right here that I just drew.
That's pretty far, though. I mean, I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna try it through the window.
Yeah, at your movement speed, it would take you a few rounds to get into them this way. Whereas you could dash to this window here, or you could just move to the window here and kind of use your interaction to kind of climb up in there.
Yeah, if I even see him in there, I might just scream at him.
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead and move yourself to this window here.
All right,
And then
so
just tell me
there.
whatever you want to do. Yep.
Do I? And I'm about to clamber in this. Do I see Torgus?
Yep. Yeah. As soon as you kind of pull yourself up to the window, these are like open air windows that have like wooden shutters on the outside and like sort of bars in the middle. So you kind of
Yeah.
like pop the shutters open and you pull your head up and you look up and you see Torgus. What are you doing?
Searching for my jar.
Torgus, get your ass out here now. We need you.
Oh,
Grab a weapon
ah,
and get your ass out here now.
Oh, thank you for the sub, Adam. Okay, I'll be right out. Oh, the jar. I need the jar. Where's the jar? Where did I put the
Get your
jar?
jar later. Come on, man.
We need the jar. I gotta get the jar. Okay, so I'm assuming I find the jar. It's in my room.
If you know right where it's at, yep, I'd say you have it
Yes.
right now.
So this jar that Torgus keeps, like, it is so important to him. He's had this for like years, as long as he can remember. It's a jar, and it can I tell the group what the jar is? I think they remember, but
I think.
Oh, if any of them would know or had already
Yeah.
heard,
I
yeah,
think I intentionally.
yeah. So it's like a
Yeah.
jar of like 50 years worth of fucking toenail clippings that he just has saved. And he's just got fucking saved.
no. Dude.
Why do we have to do that? Why?
Do any of them have like the yellow on it?
Oh yeah, there's like skin flakes in the jar, and it's all rat fucked. So
Thank you.
it's a big mason jar that your neighbor would bring and say, "Hey, look at this year's harvest of jelly I got," and it's like I got so much, and it's just toenails and other clippings. So he gets the jar and he puts it under his fucking robe, so nobody can see it. He does the Heisman. He does the fucking Heisman. And he comes out. Okay, I'm coming, Virgil. I'm here.
Come this way. We gotta move quick.
Here. Okay, I'm gonna come. Yeah, so he comes out.
all right. Well, yeah. So on your turn, you'll use that to kind of start moving
I
out.
gotta wait for him to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna basically hold an action to basically give him that amulet because that's who, what's her face, said to take it, right?
Yeah.
It's
So
got-
you said it, you felt it kind of warm almost. You know what I mean? Like it, yeah, just like kind of got warm all of a sudden. Like there was a heating element in it.
Do I know any? What do I remind me? Do I know anything about this? Because I thought she
Oh.
said something about it being used by.
Oh yeah. So as soon as I forgot to do this, as soon as you touched it,
Yeah.
so both. Yeah. So yeah, both of you know what it can do. The holy symbol of Ravenkind. Here, I'll you know what? I'm just going to share this with everybody, but I'll just explain what it means because it's
I
cool.
can't use it, right? I can't use it.
You could not use it.
Right. Okay.
A good aligned cleric or paladin can use it.
Yeah. For me, it's like tits in a bowl.
Like
Exactly.
tits on a bowl.
Yeah.
You guys can read what you want if you want the whole thing, but it's a platinum-shaped amulet shaped like the sun, a large crystal in the middle. It has 10 charges, and it regains D6 plus 4 every morning. And you can spend 1 charge as an action to hold a vampire. They get a DC check, but they're basically paralyzed for a minute.
Did you post that somewhere?
Oh, you know what? I posted it in Roll20, but let me throw it in D&D General as well.
No, if you
On-
post it in Roll20, I can look it up. It didn't pop
I
up.
don't see it in roll 20. Hang on.
I threw it in Discord too. Okay, so anyhow, one charge, and you can spend that to use basically hold vampires, which paralyzes a vampire for 1 minute if they fail their save. You can use it to turn undead if you have that feature as a class. And then, as an action, you can expend 5 charges while presenting the holy symbol to make it shed bright light in a 30-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 30. The light that it emanates is considered sunlight, and it lasts for 10 minutes or until you end the effect. And right now, Virgil has that, but he's waiting to. So as Torgus comes out, you're going to hand it to him. Is that what your action you're holding is?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm just trying to help him out the window and get that in his hand.
Cool. All right, Alexander.
So this whole thing is rat fucked. I'm gonna.
Oh, by the way, this Baron Metis has turned towards you, Alexander, after you started yelling like that, and he kind of looks at you, almost gives you this look of like, "Come on, man, that ain't cool."
It's a damn shame. I gotta go out the way I gotta go out. I'm gonna step right in front of him. And I'm gonna take a swing.
Right. I dig it. You've got a long sword?
I got a long sword, so what the hell am I doing here?
All right, so you will make an attack roll. So you get plus 3 to hit.
What am I rolling?
Just a d20, and you get plus 3 on that.
Okay. Oh. That ain't gonna do nothing.
No. Now you pull out your longsword, and your little bit of a limp that you have kind of gets you as you're lunging forward nervously. You haven't fought a vampire face to face. You get a little bit nervous, and your bad leg sort of gives out as you kind of fumble as you're lunging towards him.
There's no like 2 attacks with this character, right?
No.
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 Just making
These
sure.
so just to reiterate, these characters are like less than level 1, kind of. You're between a commoner and an adventurer, so they're not the greatest. But you do have a shield, and you can use your bonus action to shove.
I'm gonna do that if it's allowed. I was gonna ask you about that. So I'll try to like shield bash / shove him.
All right. So did you roll that? Okay, go ahead and roll your.
What would I roll for that? Just D20 again?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not familiar with it. Hold on, let me check. Using attack check, you can use them. Yeah, you melee attack, so you'd add your strength, so you do get a +1 on it.
Okay.
The target has to be no more than 1 size larger, which he's your size, or maybe even smaller. Oh, you make a strength check contested by his strength check or dexterity check. And then you can either knock him prone or push him 5 feet away if you're successful. Yeah, so go ahead and make your athletics check, which is adding your strength.
16.
16, okay. So, watching this older captain of the guard sort of walk forward and fumble around and then pull out his shield and try, instead of diving out of the way, he's feeling a little bit confident, I guess, and he just sort of stands his ground. Even though he's smaller than you, he just kind of sees you coming at with his shield, and he almost like pushes his chest out and tries to push back. And when he does that, both of his feet slip on rocks. At the exact moment you're able to push the shield into his upper chest, so he completely tips backwards and falls
Wow.
straight on his back. And you actually, he has this shocked look in his face as his feet give out, and you hear that like wind knocking out of him, kind of oof, as he plants to the ground and is now prone in front of you. All right.
Wish I would have done that in the opposite order.
And he he lands on the ground and he's like trying to catch his breath. And he looks up at Boris and he says, Boris, friend, give me a hand. Puts his hand up.
Five, 5 feet per square?
Right. 10, actually. This is a big joint.
Okay, that's fine. Didn't you say Holga had the first turn? Wasn't she like running away, or did you not actually move her? Was that where she...
I didn't move her. She was running. She was dashing, so she was getting a double move. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna
I was wondering about that too.
walk right by her.
Yep. No, thanks for the reminder. Yeah, she kind of like, she was just like, didn't know what was going on, and this vampire just kills these two nuns, or these two nuns, and then she just kind of, almost as a reaction, just kind of ran back. It's not that she was like terrified and like, fuck all you guys, I'm out of here. It was more of a like, well, I gotta get some distance and figure out what's going on here. So that's where she's at now. And hi, Amber.
Yeah, Holga has no idea what's going on.
So all you missed really was the recap, and then now we're at a battle map, and this is, there's 4 of you at the gate where that Baron Metis came in, and Boris had invited him in, and he's clearly a vampire, and he killed a couple people. Virgil is trying to get... Oh, sorry, what?
Sorry, never mind. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No, I don't care. Did I say something wrong?
Well, I was going to say, Boris is clearly a traitor.
And Virgil has the holy symbol. He's trying to get it to Torgus, who was rummaging around in his room for something, which ended up being a huge mason jar full of all of his toenail clippings for the last several decades.
Oh, excellent.
It's good.
Which he now has, and Virgil's waiting to hand off this thing. Alexander, the captain of the guard, was yelling to everybody to let them know that Baron Metis Hark Metis is a vampire, and that Boris is in cahoots with him. So that's really everything that's all you missed. Okay, Adam.
So it's probably shortly after Holga runs by Boris, but after he sees everything unfold with Alexander and Metis, Boris is he's not even gonna run over. He's gonna kind of just nonchalantly stroll over, feeling like he and his team have the upper hand, but he is going to, as he's just taking his time wandering over to Metis, he's gonna draw his mace and just kind of not looking to engage in combat or anything, but he is gonna have his mace drawn. And as he gets over next to Metis, because you said he's prone right now, correct?
Yeah, he got knocked on his ass pretty hard.
So as he gets next to him, he's going to kind of take like a little half knee kind of thing and place his hand on his shoulder, and he's going to cast guidance.
All right.
I don't roll anything for guidance, right?
Don't think so.
There's not a lot of details on it, but I looked it up, and I think it just means he gets it, right?
I believe so. So that gives him what, advantage on his next?
No, I think it gives him a D4 on any check.
Okay.
Whenever he wants. So it's.
Oh, okay. An extra D4, an attack roll, and a ability check.
Yep. I from my understanding. And not to
right.
like meta too much. I just didn't want to keep messaging you and bothering you.
Oh, sorry.
So, if is a vampire undead? I mean, they are, right? So does that mean that Cure Wounds doesn't work on an undead?
I don't think it does. That is a good question, but no. In the earlier editions of D&D, it would flip into a damage spell.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to cast
Because
like
when I
poison.
looked up this spell, it says has no effect on undead and constructs.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
assume
that's
okay.
correct.
All right, I just didn't want to. Got it.
Yep.
And that's it. Boris is just gonna kind of.
Are you helping him up?
If I can, I mean, because that was like maximum movement. I kind of like drew a weapon and cast a spell, so I don't know how that all works for my character on his turn. So I didn't want to do too much, but if I can, that'd be great.
So those of you over there, no, you can't. But I think what you did makes I love what you did. So Boris kind of walks over. Hark is holding his arm up like this, and Boris, Alexander and Felix make perception checks.
I don't think
Okay.
he's happy about that.
Where'd everybody go?
My Discord bugged the fuck out. I got the punch disease
Did I
here.
roll a 6? What did I
Oh,
roll?
that fucked up my whole camera overlay.
Oh, sorry. It just did.
Oh, it's all good. It's not your fault.
All right. So you rolled a 6.
I think so.
Yep. Alexander,
I got a 1.
you got a 1. Okay, cool. All right. So Boris walks over and touches and kind of like you guys see him like drop this mace, which seems odd. But then he leans over and mumbles something, and then touches Baron Metis, who kind of smirks as he starts to prop himself up. Sorry, I gotta piss real quick. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
You want to take a 2-minute break?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. What's the dog's name? Max. Hey, Janelle. How's Wolfie? I hear him barking outside. Oh, Wolfie's just fine, dear. Why don't you come on home? It's getting late. Your foster parents are dead. I'm gonna since we're doing a little AFK, I'm gonna do this.
What the hell did this do? Did it switch my shit? Nope. Oh, it just needs to turn it back on.
Okay, we're gonna do that. Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna keep rolling. I know Sal and Amber might have stepped away.
Oh no, I'm here.
All right. So, Boris, you do anything else, or is that good?
That's it for me.
Okay. All right, I sent you a thing, right, earlier. Did you see that?
Yep.
Okay. So if you need to roll that DC at some point, or you think you should, remind me, because I might not pay attention to it, if that happens. Okay, Felix. So you see all this go down. You're kind of more confused than normal, I guess, as why Boris is helping this guy and why this guy just ran in and started attacking everybody. But that's what you see. And Alexander, the guard, the old grizzled veteran security guard just ran up and slammed this dude to the ground. And then Boris came up and seemingly like kind of reached out, and then saw this little bit of a glow come out, and as the vampire kind of smiled.
So do I have an indication that he like helped this guy?
I would say within reason, you feel like he did something helpful. I won't even make you roll for that. It's odd to you that he didn't lift. It didn't help him off the ground, but but the guy is smiling up at Boris now, so you're like, all right.
Felix is going to I'm gonna double move.
So you're gonna like use your, what is that, dash action? Is that how that works? All right. So you can move with your dash. You can move 60 feet. There you go. You want to describe how Felix wanders off, or is he just kind of just turning and doing a 180 and just booking it as fast as the old man can?
Yeah, he where was I? I was right here. So yeah, the old man kind of looks around and he looks as clueless as normal. He's kind of like, kind of like, like an old man, kind of like turns around and out of nowhere, like he does kind of look like he pooped his pants, but
Yes.
he just kind of starts waddling off, but it's a really fast waddle. Like, it's like an old man walk. Oh, what's it? What's happening? Holga. And he just keeps running.
You
All right, yeah, you run.
want to turn to Alexander and say, "Will you shut the hell up, man?"
Would you shut up, man?
Would you shut up, man? You're a lying pony face.
He's an acolyte of Donald Trump.
Habada.
Terror in a fleece vest.
Holga, do you say anything as Felix goes walking by with his quick walk?
Well, I'm trying to think like what Holga would be focused in on right now. If you said she was kind of trying to take a step back to assess what the situation was. The last I think I remember, we had just let in the vampire and he was flying around causing mayhem. So Felix now is, after that moment, kind of running off and... Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like Holga would... She wouldn't really respond to him. She'd kind of take note of the direction that he was running off into. Because at this point, self-preservation is a little bit more important to her than, caring for the others. She's got to take care of the goods here. Make sure she doesn't get bit. Would Holga know anything about vampires? Does she know what's going on?
Make a history check. Intelligence. You can add your intelligence modifier, which I think is...
+1.
+1.
18.
Yeah, you know quite a bit. You've been around the Abbey for quite some time, and Markovia and her sort of attendant, or her elite sort of staff, have always been really focused on how to protect against and hunt down vampires when the time's right. So you know some stuff. What do you want to know?
Well, she would particularly be interested in how to keep herself safe from a vampire. So if there's something she could use to protect herself, or somewhere she could hide, or somewhere they would not go.
Okay. So things you know based on having lived in this abbey that's against sort of vampires is that vampires like this have some weaknesses. For one, as everybody knows, they can't enter a residence without an invitation, which that didn't help. They are harmed by running water, is a rumor. That if a vampire were to be stuck in a source of running water, it would almost be like acid to their skin. You know the only way to destroy a vampire is a stake to the heart. And that vampires have a hypersensitivity to sunlight. They take massive amounts of damage from sunlight, and that they're also almost disabled in it. In terms of protecting yourself, you know, you just know, like most commoners do, you don't want to get bit, and that they're wicked fast and wicked smart and almost impossible to kill with regular weapons.
And I'm assuming that the closest source of any kind of running water would probably be that spring that our characters passed on the way up to the Abbey, right? Would that even be running water?
Well, you're not sure, but yeah, there's a pool down at the in town that might have a slight bit of running water, but your thoughts are more like waterfall,
Okay.
a big pipe, you know, basically somebody standing in a shower, so to speak, of that volume and rate of water.
Okay. So I think what Holga would probably do is follow in the same direction as Felix, back towards the way everybody else went, towards, you know, I don't think it's the living areas, but like, you know.
It is. That is the sort of like living area.
Oh,
where
okay.
Tor-
Yeah,
Tor
then I
is
think
and Virgil are.
she'd head back over that way, to try to put some distance between herself and whatever the fuck is going on out here.
Are you going as fast as you can?
Fast as she can.
All right, so I'll move you here. You can go about 60 feet. So you
Okay.
can go about there.
Perfect.
All right.
I don't have
So-
to be faster than the vampire, just gotta be faster than Felix.
So the vampire, he looks up at Boris and he nods. He kind of cracks his neck as he pushes himself back up. And Alexander kind of is looking a little wide-eyed. He's like right in front. He's the only one left. Everybody else bailed on him. Standing right in front of Baron Metis, who leaps forward and sinks his teeth into your neck.
I can't resist this or anything.
I don't know. I've never done this before, so I got to read. But he gets a +6 to hit you, so he's got to do that first. And it's a 19.
Oh, that's probably a hit.
Oh, I lied. That's not what he does at all because I'm a bad DM. He can't bite you unless you've been grappled first. So he gets to attack. So the first thing he's going to do is try to grab you. So let me retcon what I just said there. What he does is he runs up towards you and then kind of like puts an arm around your shoulder and kind of like dips around the back of you and tries to hold you tight. He rolled a 20 on his grapple with strength. Now you get to choose whether you want to try to dodge it and do a dex counter or a strength counter, meaning you're just trying to like physically push him back.
So either way, I'd have to get a 20, right?
You'd have to get a total 20 with your modifier.
Jesus.
Oh, this isn't good.
So
No big deal. 20.
I guess I gotta go strength because I got a +1 on that. All right, so I'm just rolling a d20 and hope I get a 20. All right,
You got a
It's
10%
fun.
chance.
been fun, Alexander.
Ooh.
16.
All right, so Baron Metis manages to get behind you and grab you tight, and you try to like bust back out, but even though he's smaller than you, I mean he's kind of like a out of shape looking middle-aged merchant dude, but he is incredibly strong. And then since he's kind of has you now, he puts his teeth on your neck. But that's a 9 to hit. And your AC is 12. So
Worman.
does he get advantage because he's grappled?
Definitely.
Grapple feature.
No, not advantage, but he can't. His movements, you know, 0 until he gets
I
free.
thought it was if you're, or is that something? Is that different than prone?
There's a difference between restrained and grappled too,
Oh,
right?
okay.
That's right. Yeah, no, it doesn't say. It just says your speed's 0, so you're basically like held, but not no advantage or anything. Okay, so yeah, so Baron Metis, like he swings around, he grabs you, and you kind of pull, you push out on him. You're not able to break free, but the fact that you get your one sort of shoulder up real high, he's not able to get his head down to actually get his bite on you. So he just kind of like chomps at your elbow a little bit, and he seems rather annoyed by that, and he snarls. But that's all he can do. Why is it Holga's turn again?
Because we're
That
back to
old,
the beginning.
that old bitch.
I'm taking everybody else's turns too. Fuck y'all.
No, but wait, you just went, right?
She was
Yeah.
talking about what she was doing, right? But I don't think she actually did anything.
Yeah, I did. I had to roll.
She did.
Oh, you ran away or something. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I had these slightly out of order. So.
Will, are you walking around the house aimlessly to RP, or were you doing something?
Huh?
Were you?
All right, are we back to Felix, or did I F this all up?
How many turns have you had so far, Felix?
I think he only had one.
I'm really
Alright,
confused
so-
because
Who was top? Because I was number 2, and I haven't had gone a second
It
time.
was-
I don't think it was actually
Holga?
Holga's turn. I think you were just asking.
I think
her
I
reaction
took
to the
Hol-
situation, and then I don't know.
That's right. That's right.
Right, because she was the first turn, but she wasn't here, and you did that turn when she was running
Ah.
away.
That's right. I'm sorry.
So I shouldn't move.
Holga, I was just saying, what would you say to Felix as he was running by, and I gave you a turn. So it is
Oh,
your
okay.
turn now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you, unless you want to take it back, because I screwed it up. I'll
I mean,
use
if
your
we
turn
want to be
as
fair
what
to
you
do it,
just
it's
did.
fine. If not, I'm just going to do that on my next turn anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna say now that used your turn. So there you go. So now you're where you're at. We're good now. So Virgil, it's back to you.
Okay, so I'm looking that way. What do I see? Do I see Holga and Felix turning tail and running?
Make a perception check. You only need a 10 or higher.
Got 19.
19. So so you see, because you heard this shouting from that area, and you look over, and now you see Holga and Felix almost racing against each other, kind of running back towards you. And they both look, and you're able to kind of focus in enough that they look terrified.
Now I'm second guessing since everyone's just kind of tail running, and I'm second guessing
I feel like Felix, as confused and lost as he may be, is in pretty good shape for someone who's, lost and confused. I feel like he keeps in shape. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Torgus, did you move yet? Did you get skipped?
I rolled like a 3, so like I don't,
He only
You
went.
had a turn yet, though.
No, I was digging around my room for the fucking.
So that's what happened.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So I went from I skipped you, man. So was your plan to move? Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's hold up a second here. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, really, all I wanted to do was get my my toenails, and then run back with Paunch to go to bury the holy symbol. That was what we were given as a task. So
Right.
That was my end game with Virgil.
So how are you running? How are you running back out? Are you just running back out the door, or are you like Virgil's at the window? Are you going to try to like squeeze through the window, or are you
Yeah,
going to go around the outside?
Yeah, let's try and do that.
Window, meet you at the front. I can haul ass.
Oh, maybe I could squeeze. Maybe I could squeeze out the window. Oh, hold this jar for me. Oh,
Do you think you're gonna fit?
oh, yeah, I am kind of round, and voluptuous. Let me go around. Let me go all the way around. Okay.
So you change your mind and you go out the outside?
Yeah. It's very unsure.
All right. So if you're going to be hauling ass, you can go, let's see, I think you can go 60 feet.
Okay.
And I think you got to go down. Well, I don't know if. Oh, you could go that way. Yeah, you can go that way.
Let me. Maybe I'll go this way. This way's faster.
I think you're better off going up front. Right?
I think it kind of depends on what you guys are trying to do, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we
that's
would've
the more
carried-
obvious.
Yeah, I'll meet you on the front, Virgil. Virgie.
All right, so Virgil, that's what you hear. You see Torgus, he like debates, kind of coming out, squeezing through the window, and then he like shakes his head and he goes, "I'll meet you out front." And
He made a
goes, "Run."
fat joke. I should kill him later.
Wait, you managed to figure out how to get your video on Discord and the stream?
Yeah, so all I did was I made a window capture on my stream of the Discord capture of me and made that my camera on my stream.
Genius.
Until someone disconnects their video, it throws everything into a fucking loop.
Well, I'll try not to do that. Did somebody just leave video on purpose?
I did it. It just
All right, so Punch. Now it's back to you. I got it all set.
Haul ass
Towards Torgus.
towards this way. I'm going this way. Towards the field.
Is that where we're burying the holy symbol?
Yeah.
All right, so Torgus is chasing after you. You're not trying to meet up with Torgus, right?
Well, I am, but I saw him run the wrong way or the opposite direction to the thing, so I'm like, I better just.
No, he changed course. Do you see him
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, but these are doors right here, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. I just saw him out the door. I was like, I'll meet you at the front doors.
Is that
Yeah.
technically the front door?
I thought so.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So are you good then? That's where you want to be?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go make my way that way and meet up with Torgus. Is what I thought.
Cool. All right. So Alexander, it's your turn again. You're grappled, so you are right now still being held by Baron Metis.
Sorry, can I ask a question? Do we know, like, when I said that, all right, what is considered, we live here. What's considered the front door to that thing? Is it
Okay, so this whole complex that looks like a sort of a L shape, that's this whole thing. There's the big dining hall down, I'm pinging things. So the big dining hall down here that you had the night before. This is sort of like the open courtyard area where you come into these two little guard towers. And then this over here is the whole big living quarter. So you would say the front door to the Abbey is right here.
I
where I'm pinging.
intended this door, so I don't know what to say.
Which one?
The one up here. This is the one.
Yeah, so that would be like the doors into from the living quarters into the gardens or something. But Torgus went south towards the front gates into the interior Abbey.
Okay.
If you want to change where you moved, I'm totally fine with that.
No, I just I would have described it differently when I said to him. I wouldn't have said front door if I presumed this was the front door to the place, but we're fine.
No, it's good. In all the chaos, there was miscommunication. That would probably happen anyway, so I'm cool with all that.
Oh yeah, perfect. So Alexander, you are being held by Baron Metis right now.
So can I try to break out? How do I do this?
Punch his junk.
Can I describe a thing that I would do, or is it just a matter of you got to roll?
Yeah, I think you. I like the idea of you describing it, and then I'll tell you whether that's a strength thing or a dexterity thing.
So would I have like lost my sword and shield?
No, you have them. It's just like
I'm kind of just like straight jacketed.
Right.
Is there any way that I can kind of like take my sword and like angle it into his body somehow to get him to loosen his grip? Maybe like his leg or calf or something, because it's probably pointed down.
No, you can still make a full attack. You just can't move. Really, the only thing is you're just like stuck in your square.
Okay, and the other thing, would this shield bash situation be something I could use every time, or it's just once per short rest or something? Or
No, you can use it all the time. It's a bonus action. As long as you didn't use your bonus action since the previous round, you can use that as like an extra thing.
Okay. So then what I would do is to try to break out of this, I would bash him as hard as I can with the shield. Like
Alright.
try to like do this, like riot gear
Yeah.
out of the grapple.
All right, go ahead and make that attack, and you get your strength added into that one because it's like a
I'll see.
melee. Oh man.
Fuck. Nothing.
He only rolled a 3 as well, but his modifier was higher.
Well, what's his modifier? Well, you
3.
can't tell me. I have a +1. Oh, he's got a +3. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, again, you take this shield and you're trying to swat this dude off of you, and you're just amazed at how solid a guy his size is. It's like hitting a brick wall. It's crazy. That's your bonus action. You could still do another that you can do something else.
I'm gonna try to stab him, I think.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, there's nothing I can do. I almost there's
You
no.
could try
like-
to break. You could just try to break free. I mean, you
Yeah.
can just try to muscle out of it if you want, or you can attack him.
If I attack him, I mean, I'm not gonna one-shot this thing. So, I probably.
I
Gotta
would guarantee that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna one-shot a fucking vampire. I gotta try to break out, or he's gonna bite my neck. I'm trying to break out then. So I'm just doing the D20, right?
Yep, and you can add your strength modifier.
Come on, can I have a good roll, please?
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
And hey guys, there you go, white die.
There
Oh,
There
wow.
you go. There it is.
Wow.
Back to
You
its old
told me to
habits.
use. I think that's my
Yeah.
second or third one of those tonight too.
There it is.
Yeah, back to its old habits.
Bullshit.
So again, when this time you just you try to swat with the shield and you just hit his shoulder and you just this old man anger just enters you and you just go.
It's been happening a lot lately.
You're so mad you just bust your shoulders back, and he wasn't expecting it. Maybe because of the shield came or whatever, and it knocks him backwards, and he falls back prone.
And I'm gonna scream in his face, "For Bishop Markovia!"
Ooh, I dig it. Hey, don't forget you guys have inspiration. I think so.
I might have used mine and rolled like a 2 on it.
So wait, Alexander got bit though, right? Or did he not get bit?
He grabbed
Wow.
me, but he didn't get to bite me.
Ah, I'm gonna fuck you. Ah.
But he pushed him to the ground.
Threw him on the ground twice. If somebody would come fucking help me.
Oh, this is fucking Squid Game, man. That's...
This is some real Squid Game. Don't say anything. I didn't finish it.
Oh, I didn't either. Yeah.
I'm
I don't know,
only
man.
on, like,
Like, my
episode
image
6
of
right
our
now.
characters is we're the enemies in WoW that have like the smaller health bar that are like clearly minions.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Like that's what our characters are.
They really are. Boris, it's your turn.
Okay. So Metis is prone, you said, right?
Uh-huh.
So what does that exactly mean for me? If I want, I mean, can I just help him up as like an action or bonus action or whatever if I'm right there?
So you regard Baron Metis as a trusted friend to be heeded and protected. So that's how I want you to roleplay it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say do whatever you would think. Yeah,
No,
I would say it's like
no. That's what I want to do. I'm asking you: is it simply in this situation where I could just like reach over and help him up? I've never been in this situation, right? It's
Yeah,
sort of
I would-
weird.
Yeah, I don't know either. I would
Because
say
I'm
I would
not
let you
opposing
use I would let you use your action to help him get up to his feet.
Okay, if I do that, can I cast a cantrip, or is that an action for a cantrip? I don't know. Okay.
Unless it's a cantrip that can be cast with a bonus action.
Okay, not to my knowledge. Although I was ready to attack our enemies with my mace drawn, I am going to use all of my strength to get Baron Metis back on his feet.
There's Will, and Mr. Will, and that's Matt. That's Matt's brother's son. Fine. And that pink circle, that's Matt's girlfriend.
I'm dying at this TikTok right now, Matt.
Love you.
Oh, you just watched it?
All right, sorry, Adam. What did you say you did?
I'm gonna try to help out Baron Metis.
Okay, you don't need a roll or anything for that. If you're going to use your action, you're able to pull him up, and he's now back on his feet. And you're standing there between Alexander and this vampire.
Okay. I'm not trying to like game the system, but I mean, I didn't move. I had a weapon drawn last turn. Do I get to do anything else, or is that it for me?
Well, you can't take an attack at this level because
that's an action.
That's an action.
Cantrip's an action. I mean,
Cantrip is an action.
I guess that's pretty much it then.
You could scowl at me if you want.
I have no interest
Yeah.
in that.
I was gonna say you could talk or do
I wouldn't
interactions, but
yeah, I wouldn't scowl at anybody. I would maybe just if the Baron made it to his feet on my turn with my help, I would just ask if how he's doing.
How he's doing?
Are you
Yeah,
feeling
I really
okay,
don't-
Baron Metis?
I mean, out of character. You're kind of like confused almost. Like, why are these friends attacking my other friend? Like,
well, that
you know
well,
what I mean? That's-
right.
that's
I'm sorry.
where you're at.
That's where I was getting at with the whole like, I don't want to attack necessarily right now, Alexander.
Right. Like you have no reason to attack Alexander
Right.
at this point, and
Yep.
I don't think you
Yep.
would. But you're also like, why? Baron Metis is the best dude ever. Why isn't everybody like happy that he's biting us?
Yeah.
is kind of your opinion. All right, perfect. Okay, so at that note, he kind of stands back up and he says, "Thank you, Boris. You're the best friend anyone could ask for." And then he looks back at Alexander and he punches him in the face. A 14 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, hey, Rich.
You know the thing.
You know
Who
the
added
thing.
that? Who did that?
I did. That was me.
You know the thing.
The Port of Long Beach.
There's a clip of him talking to the Pope about like a pitcher who like didn't play in the 40s because he was black, and the Pope is just standing there like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
It's our commander-in-chief.
Try and find it. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh, fuck with the United States, baby.
I like when he's
Well, there's
standing
still
like
one.
this
We will shit in your
for
pants.
15 minutes.
Oh shit in your pants. That's awful. All right, so this Baron Metis is now starting to look annoyed. Like it was kind of fun, and he thought he was just going to come in and just kill everybody. But the fact he's knocked on his ass twice is really irritating him. His punch comes in and does 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you feel bones cracking in your face and skull.
That's not good. I'm gonna get a notepad out.
Mm-hmm. But
All
that's
right,
all.
that's not-
That's all he does at the moment. And Felix, it's your turn again. That you will.
Okay.
You know the thing.
Yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, I'm. You know the thing. That's awesome. Yeah, like he's just Felix is still just waddling away because he's just like there's vampires and shit, and like honestly, like what he's really thinking about is like he's like I forgot to wash the dishes. Like he's actually thinking like he needs to go wash dishes for dinner. So, and where was the front door again?
The front door is like here. Oh, is like here. This like gets you from the outer place to the inner courtyard. And then there's also this north door
Let me
that
zoom
goes
out
into
so
the
I can
garden.
see where you're pinging.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
That
Yeah.
one's like the door into the inner abbey, and then there's also a north door that leads from the living quarters to the gardens.
So yeah, he just hightails it again. And this time he passes Holga. When he passes her, he says, "I'm gonna get the dishes done, Holga. I gotta, the dishes, they're very clean, and the snow, it will come and fall."
What the hell are you talking about?
Gone. Just fucking gone.
Fuck. I would wait to hear Holger say something funny. I love
So
it.
that's Olga. That's what you're hearing. Yeah.
And he's still running. Like he's just waddling, and he's got like an old man walk. I mean,
Like he's
If
got
I could
fucking
show ya.
shit in his pants.
I mean,
right?
it's like
I love when Will.
Oh, I love this shit.
it's like
But he's actually moving. But he's moving pretty
but
good.
it's really fast.
actually.
It's more like this. It's more like
I can't.
It looks like the old videos of like 1910 when they didn't have sound.
yeah.
You
And
know,
it was like it was like
Charlie
5
Chaplin.
frames per second, so it looked like it was a flip book.
Yes.
Oh.
All right, so Felix just, he wobbles off as fast as he can. Torgus, you have now kind of come around the corner here. You expected to see Virgil over here, but he's not there yet. So are you just going to keep moving?
Oh. Where did my friend go? Oh. I guess I'll just keep going. Oh. Okay.
I would say you can go straight to the front, right outside the front doors here at this point. And if you did that, you might notice, make a perception check. Wisdom plus your modifier.
That's wisdom. 13. Okay. So I got it. 19.
Oh,
Oh wait, 21. Natural 20.
yeah. So, you come around the corner and and you like look around and you see Virgil and you notice his back and he's going the other way. So you could shout out at him. I don't know if he'll hear you, but you notice that he's going towards the other door.
That's what a natural 20 gets me, huh?
Does he notice anything on the other side?
Do I see Felix? Do I notice Felix doing anything?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then so and then you see him over there, and you're like, why is he going that way? And then you look over and you see Holga and Felix running towards you.
Oh, Felix always looks so lost. Maybe I should go help him, but fucking Holga's over there, so I won't. That old bitch. Oh, one day we're gonna kill her. We will one day. Let's keep moving. Oh, Virgil, I'm coming.
So Virgil, you don't necessarily see him yet, but Holga, it's your turn.
So Holga's She's kind of close to Felix at this point, right? And he's mentioned going off to do dishes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's kind of confused by that. It gave her a little bit of pause. So she grabs her spoon and she kind of reaches out with it and corrals him over away from the direction that he was going in. Says, "No, Felix, forget about the dishes. Run for your life." And then she's probably gonna do her dash action and as an action and yeah, move that way.
About there. You can go about
Yeah.
60 feet right there. Cool.
Yeah, that should work.
All right. All right. Do you say anything back, Felix? Olga keeps running. She's like, "Don't wash the dishes. Just run for your life." You don't. You're not. You're super confused now. All right. We'll move to Ponch. Virgil.
I think you're muted, Punch.
I don't hear your. You're not muted, but I don't hear your.
No,
Munch,
he's
you're
muted.
Munch, you're muted.
Sorry. I'm gonna just continue to dash and round this corner, expecting to see Torgus. And I don't see Torgus.
Nope. Nope. You turn the corner and the doors are still shut, and you're wondering like, where the hell is that creepy
Still
dude?
looking for that jar.
But you get over to that corner, and then Alexander, it's your turn.
Great. Stupid question, but and I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but I would assume that a vampire could move a lot faster than I can, and I would know that, right?
You've noticed he's rather quick and rather strong, but you're not sure exactly.
And the squares are 10 feet squares.
Right.
Oh god. Trying to see if I should try to run away, but I don't think it's gonna work. Fuck it, right? I'm gonna bash this guy in the face with the shield again.
All right. I dig it.
+1.
So this time you hit him, and it's like just smacking a marble statue. It just bounces right back, and you're actually shocked by how solid he is.
Okay. At this point, would I be able to use movement or no?
Yep. Yeah. You've only used your bonus action, so you can move. Actually, yeah, you can move 30 feet at this point. Now you'll be moving what's called. You'll give the vampire an attack of opportunity since you're moving out of its range.
Can't do that.
Now, just so we understand, you could have taken, instead of using your shield to bash, you could have used your bonus action to disengage from him, and then he would get that attack of opportunity.
Okay. And would I be able to throw something in his face before moving away? Like quick, just scoop some dirt to his face as I try to...
Well, I mean, you can... So you've only used your bonus action. You still have a move and an action. So you can attack him and then move away, but he still gets that attack of opportunity.
Is there any way I can avoid the attack of opportunity?
Other than that disengage...
Okay. So I don't want to retcon that. That's I'm good with that. All right. So then I'm gonna try to throw some dirt in his face. Whatever, rocks, pebbles, dirt, like I did to Ezek.
Yep.
A long time ago in another world. And then I'm gonna try to. Hopefully that does something to him, so I can get away from him.
Yep, so go ahead and make an attack roll. So you can do strength as your modifier on that.
God.
Yeah, so you grab some mud and rocks, and you kind of throw it up in the air, and he just waves his hand and just kind of like knocks it to the side, and he smirks at you and licks his lips.
Okay, I would try to move the maximum amount of spaces I can.
Okay.
So I guess that would be right about there. But he would get that attack thing.
Right. So you turn and you start dashing away, and he swipes at you with a hand, and you now realize that his fingers are claws.
Cool.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Now, Dan, thanks for not asking. Does 22 hit?
Yeah.
Does a 22 hit?
Nobody has over 20 AC.
So
In
he
the
does
other
10,
campaign we do.
he does. That's true. He does 10 slashing damage to you.
So those claws hit me, and I just kind of like tumble down, blood everywhere, and I just collapse into a heap on the ground, and I'm just muttering, Markovia, I failed you. I did my best, and I'm on the ground. I have no HPs left.
No,
All right, now you
what a depressing way after that gallant effort.
No kidding. You like been holding the whole.
Well,
Storm
you guys
of Bay.
got a few turns, so make use of them.
All right. So
Start, man.
Alexander, you're unconscious and bleeding out. So at the beginning of each of your turns, you'll have to make a death savings throw, which is it. You're going to roll a d20. And if you get a 10 or higher, you succeed. A 9 or lower is a fail. When you get 3 failures, you're dead.
I join Blackwind.
You join Blackwind.
Uh,
All right.
We need to find someone who makes busts and have like busts of all the characters that ever die. Lined
we
up in
should do
Dan's
like
office.
a metaverse one shot where like everybody just combines.
Comes
like,
back.
Oh my god, that
Living in
sounds
Dead.
awesome.
Future and past all come together.
Multiverse of the Realms. Oof.
Apocalypse could fucking be in there.
Boris, it's your turn. As you start to kind of like look around, Baron Metis looks at you and he says, "Who has the symbol?"
Oh shit!
Before I think about how I want to answer that, I sent you messages on Discord, dude.
Oh, thank you. All right.
We all got the symbol, brother.
So
I am
right
Negan.
now is Alexander. He's unconscious, right? Because he's below 0. He's bleeding out.
That's right. That's right.
And isn't at this point Metis he's back standing, right? Is because he still has the prone icon that should be gone.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah, he's fine. He is standing up. Hold on, why can't I get rid of this? All right, there you go.
Okay, sorry. I had a bunch of stuff that I was thinking about doing, but no, it doesn't make sense.
While you are kind of like paused for a second and about ready to do what you're going to do, you hear behind you an elderly woman's voice suddenly walking up towards the front steps, and she's yelling and she's like, I need help. Oh, my Simon's been murdered in my own home. His skull was bashed right in. I don't know what's such a senseless murder.
We know that.
And his prize cow gutted on the same day. And you look behind you and you see this old woman who has no idea that there's all this shit going down, just wandering up towards the front steps.
I think my favorite part is that Adam has to deal with this.
It's like a fucking customer that
He's got to do therapy on the old battle axe while still being a turncoat.
I fucked over, and then Adam's got to deal.
Ask her how her cow is too.
What was her name?
No one caught her name.
Oh, so we
Old
don't even,
Pat.
so nobody knows her name. And she's she's walking healthy as she can be in her unhealthy state.
Yeah, she's like kind of like frantic, you know, like she just saw her husband was dead and she ran up to the Abbey for help. And she's like, help, somebody, my husband's been murdered. And doesn't realize she's walking into a vampire slaughter scene.
Right. All right, this is great. So, so Boris will kind of just give Metis a nod as he makes his way over to the elderly woman. And, like, while walking over, he will sheathe his mace. There's no clear present danger right now, so he's gonna make his way over to her, and he is gonna try to console her. And he'll introduce himself, and he'll be like, "Ma'am, calm down. We can figure this out. My name's Boris Oxford. This is a very close friend of mine. What do I want to call him? I'll just refer to him as Metis. What seems to be the problem? Because it's just all gibberish, right? She's just like crying, sobbing.
Yeah, she's really out of control, and she's like, oh yes, I know you, the doctor. Yes, he's dead. He's dead. He was yelling about somebody wanting a steaks and cows, and I wasn't paying attention, and I came back out later, and he was just dead.
I mean, are you sure he's dead? Or is he just unconscious? I mean, what happened?
There's blood everywhere.
Blood everywhere. Yeah, he's like pale, and he's I don't know what happened.
Well, you know what? Let's talk with Metis here. I mean, he's a wonderful healer. Maybe there's something he could do for him.
Oh yeah, or the bishop.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We'll see what Metis says, and then maybe we'll make our way up the road, and we'll see what the bishop says.
Oh yes, she goes, thank you, my son, thank you. I knew I had to come here. I'm so thankful for the help.
I roll with triple disadvantage with my persuasion for laughing.
But no, make a persuasion.
All right.
Check.
8. What's persuasion?
Charisma.
7.
That's about right.
Yeah.
7. So she starts to walk forward, and she's really happy and says what she said. And then she looks at Metis turns around and hears what you're saying, and he inadvertently smiles at her, and she immediately locks on to his fangs.
Oh.
She looks at you, she looks at him, and she suddenly is just pale as a ghost.
Oh.
That's the end of your turn.
So what? Okay, so I only moved a little bit and talked, right?
Right.
I think, I mean, if I'm able to, I think I would try. I don't think it would be very hard for me to do it, but I would try to restrain her. Like, basically, I want to grab her and present her neck to Metis.
Oh God, that's terrible.
All right, make a grapple check.
All
Oh,
right.
It's got dark.
That's what an animal. You're really.
She rolled a 4, and she probably has about a -2 on that.
All right, so that's
This is-
strength.
Bad day for this family.
So that's 13 for me. For if it's a
Yeah.
strength check. Okay.
Yeah, so you almost just one arm her with your forearm. Like it's like holding a 9-year-old in your arm.
Oh.
I mean, it's no effort at all, and then the Baron kind of he looks over, he sees the people fleeing, he sees everybody just running away from him, and he starts to chuckle, and then he turns around and he says, "Boris, you're the most loyal of companions," as he sinks his teeth into the woman's neck, and just you could see him just almost just sort of like, you know, that like guzzle of water after you just ran a 5K and you're just like that
Yes.
first, and he's just like, and he
I don't
just
know
like
what that's like, but that's probably good.
Yeah.
it's just that I've never ran a 5K. I don't know why I use that
Guzzle of
analogy.
water after you
I
run in one
haven't
lap.
ran a 1K.
I haven't done a K.
All right.
It's like making it up the steps successfully without.
yeah. I get from the basement to the first floor and
Right. Oh, after a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
When you
Make it
take
to the
garbage
kitchen and-
out and you puke all over yourself and you need a Gatorade.
Does
So
she
the
say
old,
anything? Does she react? What's her reaction, Dan?
so her as soon as she gasps, it all happens so quick. Boris comes around, puts her in a sort of a arm lock real quick.
Just picture
And
like
then
Nolan
Baron.
Ryan, Robin Ventura.
Oh wow,
Right.
that's a
Perfect.
visual right there.
Except I
Better
don't
and a
punch
half
her because I
Milton.
don't need to.
And then Baron Metis sinks his teeth into her, and she falls to the ground lifeless.
Oh, why me? Ah!
gracious.
All right, Will, it's your turn.
So those daughters are gonna like come home from college or whatever, and there's just gonna be a dead cow carcass, their dead dad's carcass.
And I'm gonna be in the bed waiting for him.
Oh. Oh yeah, brother.
Now here's Wonderwall.
All right. Yeah. Really, Felix is just following Holga because he's got a little crush on Holga.
Oh, yeah, there you go. He likes him old.
Well, he's old.
Olga's young, Tim.
Holga, we're gonna make it.
Come on, Jack.
Yeah, Kevin. Come on.
And then he sniffed. Does he sniff her?
Little bit of lick.
A little bit of a lick. There you go.
All right, so you guys keep running, and then
I don't know if it
Torgus,
was
you're
intentional or not, but she didn't move him up that way. You moved him towards Torgus. So did you lick Torgus? Is that what happened? I just want to make sure I'm picturing this correctly.
Yeah, wait a minute. Who did I run
If
to?
so, where did you lick him?
Yeah, you
Oh,
moved
yeah.
towards Gorgas by
So,
accident.
yeah, that's Torgus. So yeah, Felix rolls up and just kind of licks Torgus on the nose.
Oh,
That's not good. That's not good.
And actually, like he's such like an old clumsy guy. Like he like kind of accidentally like hits your jar.
Oh man, now it's
all right. So both of you better make a dex check.
You guys are going to
Just
ruin all the work
this is
I
a
did.
dexterity check challenge. Felix's was inadvertent, but Torgus would be desperately trying. 12.
Oh,
So yeah, so the old dishwasher rolls up, and you've got your jar. You're so excited, you've got this jar, and you're running out. And he's doing a little poopy walk so fast that he actually like pumps his arm right into your jar, and it flips up into the air. But you're so focused on it, Torgus, that you're able to grab it
his
Catch
poopy walk.
before the toenails spill everywhere.
ugh.
All right. And Torgus, it's your turn.
So I point. I say, "Oh, Felix, look where you're going. Look on the floor. There's a jewel." And I sneak up behind Felix after I say that. And I pull out my mace, and I hit him in the back of the head. And I fucking club him.
All right, make an attack.
I'm rolling hot with the attack. So
Yeah.
All right. 9.
You get a plus. Oh, you get a +3. All right, and then so Felix, your armor class
It's 13.
13. Although I would argue you're not holding a shield, but
Oh, that's with the shield. So what is it without a shield? Nothing?
probably 12.
12?
Can I use an inspiration to get another roll on that or no?
If you want, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I gotta hit.
Good lord!
I gotta put him out of his fucking misery.
Oh, Jesus.
12.
Oh man! All right, so we just said, yeah, that's a hit
Oh.
because we're saying Felix doesn't have a shield, so
Oh.
it's
Oh.
just a hit.
Okay. So damage is 1d6 plus 1.
Okay.
4 damage.
All right, Felix, you know this all happens, and you almost knock the jar out, and you feel real bad, but you're super surprised that Torgus pulls out this mace and just crushes you in the side of the head, and instantly you feel your ears swell up and blood start pouring out, and you're holding your head like you're afraid that it's fractured.
Felix,
Totally just.
you shouldn't have touched my jar.
Oh,
You shouldn't have did that. That's my jar.
That's too in character, Matt. Can you not do that?
Alright. Sorry.
Lionel, I didn't know.
Lionel.
I think something just struck my head. Are we at the store yet?
Now I want to run away. Can I run away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can run 30 feet at whatever direction you want.
Don't touch my fucking jar.
This is like an American Horror Story, like short, right? Or like Twilight
Yes,
Zone, right?
yes. Must be.
This isn't
I'm
a
taking an
one-shot
attack
anymore.
of opportunity when he runs away.
Okay.
Are you really?
No,
No, I
Felix
just
doesn't
wanna-
know what happened.
You would get one if you could. All right, so Torgus, that you already moved there.
Yeah.
All right. Holga, you're in the middle of all this craziness. You looked back and
She
you
don't
see
know what the fuck's going on.
the
She-
vampire. Yeah.
Honestly, I
it's
pictured
chaos.
her running through here like Mrs. Doubtfire trying to save that guy from choking. Like she's got her skirts in her hands and she's cutting a way forward. She hasn't looked back. I don't think she knows what's going on with Felix. But she is self-preservation, Olga,
All right,
making her way.
go ahead. Move where you want to go.
Let's see. Give me just a
You
second.
hit an old man.
I think the jar. It's very sacrosanct. You can't hit it.
You're lucky cold water didn't come bite your nuts off. Oh, wait, no, you don't have any.
I mean, she
All
wouldn't
right.
have been within range to hear passively what was going on, would she?
Between Felix and Torgus?
Yeah.
Or yeah. No, yeah, you were pretty close. You were close enough that you kind of almost saw it all go down.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, she always knew Torgus was a piece of shit. But Felix is old, and maybe it's his time. Holga is still vibrant and filled with life, so she's got to go.
All right, she just dashes off from these two crazies hitting each other. And Virgil, it's your turn.
Okay.
I mean, you're pretty clear now. Yeah, it's only 100 feet away. You see part of the group like running towards you.
At this point, I'm kind of looking out for. I don't see Torgus though, right, from my angle.
Not unless are you looking back for him?
Well, not really. I don't think I would have been. I was just like looking at the door, waiting for him to come out. And I'm going to. I'll keep an eye.
It strikes you odd that he hasn't come through that door yet. You thought he would have gotten to that door before you did.
Okay.
He was too busy trying to kill an old man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go dash. I'm like, all right, then I need to take care of this. So I'm gonna dash here. Let's see, 20, 30, 40. I guess I'll be right. I mean, I can go right to the base of that thing.
Okay.
And like, kind of in these like, like where it's kind of hidden by like the dirt of the bushes. I guess you know what I mean. Like where it's not like, mown grass or whatever.
Yep.
I guess whatever, it's snow anyway. But I'm gonna go ahead and start digging quickly a hole and bury that.
Now, wait. Do you still have it, or did you hand it to Virgil? Or
No, I've had it this whole time.
Oh, you never gave it to Torgus.
No,
No,
I
he
had
didn't
it.
come out my way.
I had it and I gave it to him
Yeah.
because
Right,
I
okay.
said I was going to go to the room to get my jar, take the symbol.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's still warm to the touch, Virgil.
Okay.
As you start digging, you hear the voice of Markovia in your head, sort of like a Qui-Gon Jinn kind of, or a Obi-Wan, use the Force, Luke. You hear, trust the Guardian, not the Garden, to watch over the symbol. It will be safe until someone good and deserving of its power will retrieve it.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's got to go to Cleveland with the Guardians.
We have a roller derby team here named the Guardians, so we're going to change that back to
Yeah, that's a whole different debate for another day.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about that? That there's already a
it's-
team called
dude,
the
it's
Cleveland
so-
Guardians, and they're
yeah,
like
Roller
some like
derby?
Yeah, but did you see
They're
how
like
the
some
Indians are like, we're going to
AAA
give you $8,100. What do you think?
New uniforms, yeah, we're in.
It's all such nonsense.
Wait a minute. Did they seriously offer him that little?
It was a very small amount.
God. Does that mean anything other than to me than to the Guardian, not the Garden? Does that to me that it seems like the Scarecrow to me? I kind of assume. Does it mean anything to me beyond what you just said to me? I guess.
I think that's you as a player have to decide what it means. I think.
Yeah. All right. I'm all right. I'm just a gardener, and I'm befuddled. So I'm just gonna bury it in the sight of the Scarecrow, basically.
All right. Okay, so that would be. I'll say that'll take you like 2 turns. So you start
Okay.
digging. You start digging. It's about a turn's like 6 seconds. So it's probably take you a couple turns to like dig a hole, stick it in there, and cover it up.
Okay.
So you're doing that. All right, Alexander.
Oh, can I
Take it
say
down.
one other thing too?
Yep.
I'm trying to hide kind of, but keep an eye out for Torgus to come barreling at that door. I'm actually a little worried that he's in trouble, but I think I have to get this first.
Okay. Yep, you're kind of like watching that corner as you're digging. So if you see anything come around that edge, you'll.
Yeah, I'm like
you'll-
hiding behind the bushes, and I'm trying to be kind of stealthy, and so.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool. It's pretty clear out here for the moment. So,
Yeah.
Alexander, death save. Just roll a d20. You need a 10 or higher. All right, that's 1 save.
There we go.
Nice.
All right, Boris, it's your turn.
Okay. So hold on.
There's a dead old lady
So,
next to you.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna just make my way. Alright, it's probably fucking stupid, but whatever. I moved my maximum movement speed, and I realized that Alexander's bleeding out. And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on Alexander.
All right.
Basically, it just means that he's got to roll a DC 11 Dexterity saving throw, or take 1d8 radiant damage.
I'm wondering if he even gets that save when he's
when he's already like unconscious. Like maybe it just happens. From my perspective, I was just like, we're just kind of wiping shit out, and I'm trying to just finish it off. I guess, right?
Yep, absolutely. Unconscious creatures still roll saving throws. All right, so go ahead and roll that. Roll a save there, Sal. You need an 11?
Yeah, DC 11 Dex.
Yep. So with your Dex, which is no modifier, so just 11 or higher, and you'll pass.
Wow.
Close one.
Yep. All right. So Boris kind of walks up to the bleeding out Alexander and almost like doesn't look at him, but just puts his arm down and almost reluctantly mumbles a couple words as Alexander glows a little bit, but doesn't seem to do anything.
That's it for Boris then.
Okay. All right. This vampire walks by kind of slowly, kind of confidently walks by Boris and nods at you, noting what you were trying to do. And then he'll walk next to Alexander and then curb stomp his head.
Oh, damn.
It was a natural 20.
Oh, he's so dead.
Oh,
So
God.
10 plus 8, 18 damage, he is dead.
Can we
Like
get
a
like
tomato.
a GoPro replay from Boris's perspective as this unfolds? Like, what? He went from like, yeah, fuck that guy, to what just happened? I used to know that guy. Right.
Yeah, you're really like torn in your head. You're just like, what the fuck is happening? But you see, but Baron Metis kind of looks up, and once you make eye contact with him, you're like, oh, this is good. We needed to do this.
No.
As the vampire then, so he suddenly like kind of almost goes down to all fours in a way and starts tearing across the field with his arms and legs, kind of like spider crawling across the down the path, and moves at an incredible speed. And he seems to be tracking Felix and just running at him. And Felix, it's your turn.
Oh
So-
no! I just shit my pants.
How far from me is he?
You can use his little ruler thing, but he's 80 feet.
And how far did he just move?
From my corpse.
He moved about like 40 or 50 feet after he had walked up, just stomped on the unconscious guard Alexander, which basically just crushed his skull, and then he got into this like four-armed sort of sprint down the field towards you, and he's making a beeline for you, and you notice that you like kind of looking back, you see this dude, like, yeah.
So Felix like sees him coming.
Yep.
And I'm gonna move 60 feet here. So what was that? Like right here? Right?
I think so. You were there. Yeah, that's looks about right.
Okay. So, yep, Felix is just gonna keep running.
All right.
Get
Hightailing it.
Plus, yeah.
Torgus, you see the same thing. You were just like pounding on the old man, and he just goes running back into the abbey, and you're like kind of thinking about going in there after him and continuing to bash him for some reason.
I
But then,
should finish him off.
perfect. But you see this Baron Hark Metis vampire guy just charging right towards you.
I would like to run as fast as possible and possibly use a dash for maximum distance.
Towards
Towards the vampire to show him his fingernails.
No, the toenails.
Toenails.
Right.
all right, yep. Go ahead. You can move. I think 60. Yep, you can move
Hey, man,
60.
will you shut up?
Will you shut up, man?
They're nails, man. Just show the vampire.
Holga, you see Torgus, your assistant chef, just running by. He looks a little bit kind of frazzled, a little, and yeah. And you yourself have been continuing to run that direction. You want to do anything different?
Yeah, so this time Holga she's gonna continue north. But as she, passes Torgus, she takes her cooking stick out and gives him a good whack in the knee.
Ooh. To cause damage or to?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
make
to
an
take
attack.
out. She's going full Tanya Harding here.
Oh,
She knows
gotcha.
He is trying.
I don't have to outrun the vampire.
Exactly, and you know
All
what?
right,
She
I
doesn't
love
much care for Torgos. So,
Big mistake.
You know how you outrun a bear.
That's right.
well,
All right.
it's not looking good. It's you or the vampire.
All right, make an attack.
All right.
I love that we're all turning on each other instead of rallying
no.
against the vampire.
Oh wait, I have inspiration.
Yes,
Will
you
it
can.
make a
And I love
difference?
that you guys are using your inspiration against each other. That is exactly how Strahd wanted you to do it.
Can I roll again, or is that just a +1? All right.
No, that's an advantage. You get to roll it again. Oh, a 14. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
Torgus, I'm also going to say you don't carry a shield, so your actual AC is 10.
That's,
So you get hit. And Holga, make your... it's your quarterstaff sort of attack. So it's a... Are you using two hands or one hand?
I think she'd just have it in one hand. She'd do the whole whack him in the knee, and
Yeah, so
continue
it's
Hiding in the
on.
bleachers, and she's
Yeah. Let's see. +1 to hit, reach 5 feet, hit to 1d6
-1, right?
-1 bludgeoning damage. Six -1. Okay, so 3.
3. Okay. So Torgus, your boss runs by as you're running for your life, and she swings by and just smacks you in the back of the knee, your left knee, and it hurts, and it also makes your knee buckle out as she gets a little bit in front of you.
Ah!
And Holga, you can take your. If you didn't, you can take your 30 feet of run.
Excellent.
But before she gets away, I managed to fucking swing my mace at the old bitch.
Oh no! You do get an attack of opportunity if you want it, since she engaged melee combat.
Oh,
with you.
yeah,
Go ahead.
absolutely.
All right, bring it.
All right, so go ahead and roll.
Thank God, Ponch
you're
made
gonna-
off this medallion because
Oh my God! Right?
Oh, I knew. Well, I knew how this was going to play out. I knew that I was going to get down and dirty with everyone.
I'm feeling a little bit of a Rogue One feeling from this whole one shot. So, like,
18.
Oof.
18 hits the fucking old crone bitch.
I'm glad I
that's a
stood in
hit.
front of the vampire for an hour.
She swings by and smack. Yeah, right. Yeah, Alexander gave you guys all the time you needed, but yeah. So she swings by and smacks you in the knee or the back of the leg, and then you return. Like
6
you
damage.
swing back 6 damage.
All right.
All right. So that's Holga. That's 6 bludgeoning damage.
That's a lot.
You're oh. Yeah. So you crack her in the back of the hip, and she like curls around, and she's holding her hip, and it's like her whole body is slumped over to the side, but she's still upright. But that looks like it really crushed a lot of things
In my hip.
in her hip. You
Yeah.
want to do anything else?
Off of my hip.
A lot of things.
Well, it's it's not his turn.
Oh, that's right. So that
Yeah.
was your attack of opportunity. Holga, you're by. Okay, Virgil, it's your turn. You have now dug a pretty decent. You've started. You've broke ground, and you're a foot or two into the ground with your digging. Do you want to continue to dig?
Yeah. I don't
First,
know
make a perception check. You're gonna need about an 18 or higher. About a 16 or higher with your modifier to hear the commotion behind you, because it's about 130 feet.
Perception. 15. How about that for close but no cigar?
Yeah. Okay. So you keep digging.
Yeah, I don't know how deep I'm supposed to dig this thing, but I'll go a little bit deeper, and yeah, I'll go a little deeper, I guess.
One more turn. Okay. Alexander, make another.
I'm
Oh,
glancing.
Alexander, you're dead.
You
looking
killed
for-
her.
Thought you got a death save if you're dead.
No, he's super dead.
You know he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
Oh, nope.
All right, Boris, it's your turn. Everybody's sort of sped off. There's this old farmer lady who's dead behind you. Some nuns. The Baron Metis is just laughing at this point. He's not even running. He's just walking and laughing at everybody who's just scrambling and fumbling away from him and hurting each other. And he just feels like he owns this place as you're walking alongside him.
Okay, so basically what Boris is doing is double moving.
Okay.
But as he gets close enough to Metis, so his whole movement is catching up to just the chaos and destruction that has been caused, which he's supporting, and I mean he's fine with all of it. But like as he's sprinting up and getting close to the end of his distance he can move, he hits like almost that last step where he'd be shortly behind Metis, and he kind of has this like slightly overwhelming revelation where he like looks at Metis and he looks around and he looks at all the corpses behind him and like his, I don't want to say friends, but work acquaintances and stuff that are just dead. And he sees the rest of them far in the distance running away. And he kind of just, like I said, just takes a step back and starts second-guessing himself. You know, puts his mace away. He just kind of like drops to a knee and starts just thinking about everything that's going on. And that's where
All right.
I would end it.
No. I love how much you RP'd that I will give you that savings throw. I know it's a stretch, but there's a chance you could get it. So what I sent you in Discord, go ahead and make that as if.
Okay.
It's a wisdom savings throw.
So I rolled a 16. What is my... so that's a 17.
Oh, that is what you needed. Holy shit. Okay, so yes, so you see, all this, your friends just attacking each other and running away. This poor old woman who just got murdered, like all this shit, like suddenly it's just like hits you, and you do exactly what you described, and you're standing next to Baron Metis, and you break free of his charm. And then suddenly this wave of awareness just hits you. That like all the things that he had manipulated you on, and you start to, it's almost like a flashback of all these things, and you don't even have time to like process the depth of how crazy shit is because of this, but you are free of the charm. And you're standing next to Baron Metis, and you are like, however you want to process that, or whatever you want to do now, you are no longer charmed.
Okay, so I don't want to meta it too much, but Ponch has a charm right now, right?
I mean, yes, but in character, do you know that?
I don't think I know that.
Okay.
Right? I don't think I know that. No.
Only really I would know that.
Yeah,
and
just
really...
Torgus would know that, right?
Yeah, because they ran off. So I think everybody assumes Torgus has it because they saw Markovia give it to Torgus. Only Torgus and Virgil are aware of the exchange.
Okay. Well, I had already moved a bunch, so I mean that's pretty much all I can do.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a huge roll and a huge round.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, I would just end there. I wouldn't... Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Baron Metis has no idea, so he's not...
Okay, that's what I was going to try to get at.
No, he's just like, he's still smiling, and he's super cocky right now. Like, I mean, literally, he thinks he's just owns this place, can kill anyone he wants. I mean, he's a fucking vampire in a very small room full of commoners. Like, I mean, he's like, they're all sheep to the slaughter to him at this point, and he doesn't feel any threat whatsoever. So he doesn't notice that Boris is no longer charmed. He looks over at you and he goes, "Meet you there," as he like kind of turns around, like does this like weird little like back dive into the ground. But as he opens his arms like spread eagle, he pops into a bat form and then does a barrel roll and goes shooting across the sky towards Torgus. And the bat form of him gets about there.
Damn.
Felix, it's your turn. You don't know what was going on. Like suddenly the weird creepy guy started like hitting you with a mace, and you ran into the abbey, and there's this commotion outside, but you're actually kind of safe inside of this very quiet interior of the abbey at the moment.
Yeah, so he moves into here. Like Felix is at this point just like trying to hide.
All right.
He just is like so in his old age, just so scared and confused. And at the same time, like he really doesn't know what he's doing. Like at this point, he might have even forgotten. He's really just looking for his dog at this point.
All
right,
Major.
So make a perception check.
Major.
A perception check?
And I'll tell you ahead of time. A 15, and you'll find your dog. An 18 might tell you something else.
Okay. Where's my roll 20? Here we go.
Yeah, you're so like shuffling in and confused in the chaos, and you're not really paying attention to anything. But you get safely into the living quarters area.
Okay.
And it's pretty quiet in here, as far as you can tell. All right, Torgus, it's your turn, and this vampire now bat. The guy that was chasing after you suddenly turned into a bat, and that bat is like 10 feet behind you.
Can I try and fit into the window in the Abbey? Would I be able to do that?
That'll be your full turn to run to the window. You'll have to make an acrobatic or athletics check to get into the window, and then you'll land on the other side, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I want to do that.
All right, go ahead and make that athletics. Or what do you want to do? Are you trying to just like pull yourself up in there, or are you trying to be a little bit kind of like slide, kind of like slick about it and kind of like
I'm
scramble up in there?
I'm frantic, so I want to climb up there and just go through the window and fall down into the Abbey.
All right, make a whatever you want to make, athletics or acrobatics check.
All right, I'll do athletics.
All right.
It's 14.
You're good. All right, so Torgus is like running after Holga, or Holga runs by Torgus, and suddenly you see this vampire and then a bat kind of like tearing after you, and you do a 90-degree turn towards the living quarters, and you launch yourself up into a room, and you're in there.
Torgus just draws the vampire right to where I'm freaking hiding.
Oh, yeah.
What an
No, it
asshole.
ain't over for
Hey
you,
man,
old
will
man,
you
don't worry.
shut up?
So Holga, you see that where you were like trying to slow down Torgus and then he dives into the window, and now you realize that it's just you and this vampire running along the road.
Can't get in the window? What kind
What?
of janky ass bat can't get through a window?
Oh, it can. I'm not saying it won't.
Okay, well, I don't think that there's a kind of a spot for her to get into a window. I don't think she'd be able to follow his lead. So she's just gonna.
You could try, or you could continue to run, or anything else you want.
Well, if she had an opportunity to also hide herself now that she's the only one running down this path towards the garden, which she really doesn't want to be in. Yeah, I think she'd jump through a window.
Okay. Go ahead and make the same roll. Athletics
Bring the
check.
party to Felix.
I can't wait till this doesn't work.
It's not going to work.
You need a 12 or higher.
Oh boy.
Ah.
Got it.
I got
Or
it.
do you have a modifier on that? Wait. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Wait, I have to look to see if I have a minus
Wait,
modifier.
don't look yet. What were you doing? Were you trying to strength your way in there, or try to be agile about it?
I think she would have tried to be agile about it.
All right, you got it.
She's 89. How is she agile?
She's not going to be strong.
Yeah, she's not going to
come
be
on.
strong though.
Like-
I agree. Not to meta. I think
That
that
is
you
a
would
good
try
point.
to be more agile than like brute strength when you're that old.
Yeah, you could
That,
call it
like-
try.
I've
rather
heard
Let's
of
put it
their
this
own
way.
man
I've
strength.
heard about elderly people sneaking their way out of like homes. I have not heard of them overpowering their way out of homes.
That's a good analogy.
Yes,
Would you want
Grandma
George
Coin
Foreman
used to
punch
get.
you, or do you want to race George Foreman?
That's George Foreman.
We're referencing Grandma Coin already.
Am I George Foreman?
Grandma Coin made it to Honey Hut before anyone could catch her. So
Before
I mean, she
Hans
was 9
Zalt
years
could
old.
get her.
All right, so
Grandma Coin.
Holga comes busting through the
Oh,
window
bitch.
right behind. So you had to go through the same one Torgus went through. The
Oh.
other one was a little bit too far. So Torgus, as you get through this window, you turn around and your boss comes running over like the same, comes flying through the same threshold.
Why are you here?
The window's wide open, but you guys are both in this like room, this bedroom. Virgil, it's your turn. If your intention is to bury the symbol in the ground,
Yeah, I'm gonna just drop it, kick that dirt back in, stomp it, and then I'm gonna run to somewhere to hide.
yep. Let's see. Why don't you make a dexterity check? Since you're trying to do it quickly and adeptly and then whatever. We'll see how fast you do
14.
A 14? Okay, that's good enough to say you buried the symbol. You were able to cover it back up, and then take a movement. That's your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. 10, 20. And I don't. Well, never mind. I'm gonna jet into these bushes here, and again, like my intention is to find a safe spot in my garden.
All right, make a stealth check.
14.
14. Okay. All right, Boris, it's your turn. All this crazy shit's going down, and you now have suddenly just become aware that you were under control or something, and you just suddenly have this mental liberty where you're just like trying to take stock of what's going on around here. But there is a vampire bat tearing towards the residential quarters.
So where I'm standing, assuming I was running in that direction, would I be able to like scan the area and see Alexander dead, bleeding out, whatever? Can I
Yes.
Can I plain as day see that?
Yeah.
So okay.
You witnessed it. It's just your mental state at the time didn't care. Now that you're free of the charm, you might be like, "Oh fuck, that cool Captain the Guard old guy is dead."
Okay, but okay, so but it's easy for me to like, as I'm snapping out of it, to be like, picking up my surroundings, and I see Alexander, which I know is dead.
Yes.
Right? Like I know it from where I'm at. I wouldn't even go.
I mean,
look at him.
you're 90% sure. You know, you didn't like take his pulse and make sure his heart is absolutely stopped, but
Right.
he looks as dead as anybody you've seen dead.
Okay. Touch. Let me think for a sec. Okay. Well, so you know what? I'm just gonna try to make my way indoors. It would probably take me a second, so I don't know if I would even be able to like move what I would normally move because I'm just like getting my bearings. It's like I just came out of like a weekend bender, and so I would probably move like 50 feet, and I'd be making my way towards the interior here. So I'd probably go like basically right where I move myself.
Cool.
I think that makes the most sense, and I'd probably draw my mace because I picture Boris like just like seeing dead people, not understanding exactly what's going on, being very confused, trying to find people he knew, and being afraid, and just like trying to ready himself for an attack from whatever the hell is going to attack him because he doesn't even know at this point. So kind of like trying to run maximum distance, would stop in his tracks, draw his mace, and just continue to just like make circles, survey.
Just be ready for Okay. Yeah. Are you in the right spot then?
Yeah, I moved 50 feet.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Baron Metis' turn. He chases after Holga and Torgus as a bat. He lands on. He kind of like spins towards the window, the open window that they both jumped through, and then the bat sort of flitters down to the sill. At which point he pops back into the form of himself as a vampire, and he'll lunge at Holga. And he tries to grapple her. It's a 17, which I think which hits you. So you get to counter his grapple with either dodging out of the way or like forcefully trying to push back. So strength.
I'll go with dodging out of the way.
Okay. So you got to beat a 17 with your dex modifier.
Oh yeah, that's not happening.
You got 11.
Yeah.
Okay,
You don't
so
want to eat old Holga? Torgus,
you're-
a little butterball.
you're barely
All fat
into the window.
Been told on 3 separate occasions I taste like the shithouse door of a fishing vessel. Eat him. Let me go.
So let me see.
These are all
So
podcasts.
he's got you grappled, and then he bites you. He hits you with a 18,
Now you're dead. Goodbye.
24.
That's
Let's see. A willing or restrained or grappled hit d6 plus 3. So it does 9 damage, piercing damage.
Oh boy.
I'm out.
Dang.
And
That
then
is
nine
it, Holga.
9 more necrotic damage. So the
Oh.
fangs pierce in and blood spits everywhere, but then
Oh.
like this just death essence just kind of like starts to pour through your veins. So what does that leave you? Are you done?
That's leaves me with less than nothing. That's it.
Alexander.
Wait, were you already at 1?
You wanted him
I
in.
was at 1, and then you took 9, and then another 9.
Okay.
So that over double killed me.
Right. So since he did as much damage as you have hit points, you don't even get a death save.
Nope.
That's
it. Those were her last words.
Holga, that were her last words. As Baron Metis stands over her body with blood dripping down as he stares at Torgus, and he says, the symbol. You, my chubby little friend,
Ah!
you have the symbol.
I shake my jar of toenails at him.
And he looks confused for a moment and a little annoyed. But Felix, it's your turn. Ahead of you, you hear the sort of death throes of Holga, your boss. You hear her screaming what she just screamed, and then you hear just this gurgling of just like blood. It sounds like somebody.
Nah, Bill, you muted.
So Felix does one of these. So like
Oh god.
he's doing his old man walk. When he busts into the like room, right? But then he hears all this glass crash. So it's like the glass crashes and he just goes
Nope.
and he turns around the other way. So he. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Actually goes up or down these stairs. I don't know which they do.
They go up. This is the ground floor. There's like a mirrored kind of level above us.
Actually, is there all kind of like rubble in these rooms or whatever?
Yeah, they're just all kind of shitty and messed up. It's not like the
Yeah.
ceiling's falling in. It's just it's not well organized.
So Felix is gonna go up these stairs.
All right. Is it just where you're hiding, or are you gonna do something up there?
Well, it's gonna go up there and use the hide action, but I can't use an action yet.
Is that a
'Cause I just-
full or bonus?
My bonus action is disengage.
Oh, right. You have to be a rogue for that to be. All right. Yep. Okay. So, actually, pretty good move. You kind of move. You go up to the second floor. I'll just kind of note that you're up there. Make a stealth check anyhow. I'm assuming you're being kind of quiet, right?
Yeah. Where is it? So it's D20 plus 3, so 14.
All right, Torgus, it's your turn.
Yeah. So I say to The vampire. What the fuck is his name?
Menace. Hark
Menace,
Menace,
yeah, Menace.
Baron Menace. You know
So I
him as
say,
Hark.
Oh! You want the holy symbol? Well, here it is. Here it is. And I take it. I take the jar of toenails and I launch them as far as I can south. And then I run north.
All right. Roll a make it a ranged attack. Where are you trying to throw the toenails?
As far south towards the stairwell as possible.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Towards
roll.
Felix.
Yeah, roll an attack. Roll attack.
Alright, okay. 20.
If you get a 15 or higher, you land it at Felix's feet. A 10 or higher, it's in the vicinity.
18, baby!
Oh,
18!
All right, so the jar, you kind of run out of this bedroom, and you go, "You want the artifact?" And you toss it, and this huge ball glass jar lands at Felix's feet, and just a mushroom cloud of toenails erupts around his ankles. As the vampire is kind of like darting after you, and he looks right at Felix, and he looks at you, and you cut north.
Yes, as much as I can.
I'd say that's good. Right where you're
Oh
at.
my
Okay.
god.
All right.
Real
Olga,
quick,
you're down.
is that person is that just like a person
Oh,
chilling in there?
that's just some other nun who
Some
thought
lady?
she was going to bed, and there's all kinds of shit going on.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Virgil, we're back to you.
I'm gonna take a pee quick.
Good. Okay, so I'm sitting here in these bushes, and I wouldn't say my friend, but the other Torgus never came out. Virgil is a little squirrely. Anyway, he wears camouflage clothes because he doesn't want to be snuck up on, and while he's in the garden, and doesn't want to scare the plants. So he's got his green clothes on. Now he's just like frightened. He has, I pull back the curtain a little bit. He has this horrible fear of being followed. So now he's all alone. He's been hearing screaming and all this stuff, and nobody's coming, and he is just terrified that somebody's following him. So he is pulling on his green hat and ducking in. He's like,
Ghillie suit.
yeah, and he.
I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Completely
he did.
disappeared.
I was gonna say he did a really good job of being still for a second there.
I don't know. Brave
It
from the
always
world
happens. It always happens when it's my turn. Always.
I know.
And he's sitting there and he goes, like them rabbits, like them rabbits, and he just starts digging into the ground. And he's gonna try to tunnel into the ground, like them rabbits, and hide.
Interesting.
I
Okay.
love it.
Make a survival check, which is.
I was gonna say, what is that?
I'm gonna say
That's-
survival.
that's
It's a
wisdom.
wisdom. Yeah, wisdom.
Like them rabbits. Oh, not too good.
What happened while I was gone? What are you trying to do?
A 3.
A 3. Okay. All right. Yeah, you get a great idea, and you're back and you start digging in this one area, thinking it's like soft ground, and you realize it's just tons of roots and stuff from the previous plants that were there, and you're having a really hard time getting through the ground. But you keep working at it.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to belabor this, and I don't want to stretch this out. So, if you give me the liberty to kind of like draw it to a conclusion of where it's going to go anyhow, and not waste our whole night.
I'm okay with that. Whatever.
So Virgil managed to grab the holy symbol and bring it to the fields and bury it below the watchful eyes of a scarecrow, as the rest of the group kind of spent some time distracting this vampire, Baron Metis, running all over the place, smacking each other, letting the poor elderly townspeople die, and all that. So So just to kind of play it forward, eventually, this vampire is just way too powerful for anybody. Maybe if the group had rallied together and leveraged the power of this relic, this holy symbol of Ravenkind, maybe they would have stood a chance. But now, fighting against each other, half dead and split up all across the Abbey. Eventually, throughout the night, Baron Metis hunts down every living person in the Abbey, and it kills them all.
How did Felix die?
So I had a idea that had you all survived, I wanted you to share with me what your character, the surviving characters, had done with the rest of their lives in the Abbey. But since you all died, those of you who aren't already dead, why don't you tell me how it finished? Why don't you tell the group how it finished, and that's how we'll wrap up. And I'll tell you what I'll give you the epilogue here. So, Alexander and Holga were killed by Baron Metis in the battle. Torgus tried to distract the vampire away from the relic, which was a noble cause. Maybe he was trying to put him onto Felix, but Torgus, you died first. Baron Metis saw through your ruse and immediately jumped on you. How did he finish you off?
He said he knew about my sins that I've confessed. He said, I know of your sins in your past life. And then he rips my robe off and he just quarters me and rips out my insides and takes all my insides out and purges me of just any life.
Vicious.
It hurts his...
Also, as you're bleeding out, he also slaughters a couple of the nuns that are around you that were also just still hiding away in this place. And as you bleed out, there's like you're in eye contact with this poor woman of the order who also dies, and you realize it's one of the women that you've been like peeking in on for a while, and it seems kind of like weird poetic justice as you sort of your dying breath, you're looking into the eyes of this woman who hates you. Yeah. So at that, Baron Metis turns and he now taking down this the quote unquote pious one of the group. He sees he didn't lose track of the old man creaking his way up the steps, and he knows exactly where he is. And Felix, he comes tearing up behind you, and how does he finish you off?
Felix, actually, he got to the top of the stairs. And before, Metis could get to him, he actually dropped dead from some kind of issue with the red pill that Boris gave him.
There it is. There it is.
So it's the one that gives you diarrhea.
Don't spread misinformation about the red pill, please.
Yeah,
there it is.
He actually dies of an allergic reaction to the
sedative,
whatever medication Boris gave him.
Fucking red pill. That was it. He got fucking red pill.
And so Metis gets to the top of the stairs and he's like, damn it. Dude's already dead. And then just a little bit later, just kind of epilogue. Or prologue. Epilogue. After Metis kills everybody, we're going to learn how everybody else dies. Like, cold water comes out of hiding. And he's just like, he finds Felix and he's like, he whines and whimpers, just like, if you ever heard Winston whine. And eventually he lays by him for a while and then finally leaves. And he wanders down the path and he finds this young girl crying at the corpse of her father. And who's been beaten to death by a mace. And he goes up and comforts her and she takes him in.
Oh, that's fucking cool. I mean, still feels bad, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. No, I love it. All right, sweet. So poor Felix goes down, but Coldwater finds a new master who also needed some companionship. Finally, I think that leaves just Virgil hiding in his camouflage in the fields, content that he put the symbol where he believes it should have been, and you hide there for a long time. In fact, the whole abbey is uncomfortably quiet to the point where you're just terrified of moving.
Well, yeah, there's no heartwarming twist like Coldwater for Virgil. Now he's alone in the garden, and yeah, he's really the last one to be discovered, and he's pretty well camouflaged, and he's in his garden, and he's pretty stealthy in general. But he's so terrified of being followed by this guy, he doubles down on the rabbit idea, and he manages to get himself pretty much up to his waist, in this hole, and his legs are kind of dangling out, and he's still trying to dig, and his legs are what actually catch the attention of this, the vampire. He comes up and he approaches, and he sees this crazy boy digging in the dirt, and he sees a nice pitchfork named Fortine. Right
Oh no!
And in a fit of glee, he actually plants the Fortine through the spine and into the lungs of Virgil as he's half buried in the dirt.
Dude, killed with his prized possession. That's just vicious.
Wow.
Now you are blend.
And in the very last moments, he hears him actually approaching as he's in the hole, and his absolute worst fear comes true.
So as Virgil is like down in this just your death throes of breath, and you're stuck in this hole, and you hear the last thing you hear is Baron Metis saying, "Ah, this is where he hid it." And then you hear Baron Metis just scream, "No!" Like, "Damn it, no! Wow!" And that's the last thing you hear. Everybody else fade to black. All right, so the group was all.
What about
What's that?
Boris?
Yeah, you didn't. I guess I just get to
Oh,
chill.
no, I'm sorry. No. Yeah, so Boris, yeah. Explain to me what happens there, because Baron Metis doesn't know that you've snapped free yet. So he did what I just described, and then he turns back toward. He looks for you for help to try to figure out how to get this relic that he now cannot get to. So, what's he doing?
So I guess I realize there's a lot of time between all of these things happening, where like Boris snapped out of his control, started to try to find his friends, co-workers, whatever, acquaintances, whatever you want to call them, and I don't know what all Boris was able to see through all this. See that everybody was slaughtered, whatever. Let's assume that he saw some of it, and maybe he made it back to the Baron, and the Baron was kind of like welcoming with open arms and asking for help. But I think that having snapped out of it and having that willpower and seeing all of his friends get slaughtered, he would have just this he would just dig down deep and find it within himself to just do his best to fight that vampire, even though he knows without a doubt that it's a losing battle. There's part of him that was for a second, and he was contemplating, where he's thinking that maybe he just plays the role and tries to just be the vampire's servant and just keep his life going, but he doesn't really care about his life. It's been a shit show from day one, and he's just looking to get every last swing he can get in on the vampire. So he goes out swinging, trying to inflict harm on Baron Metis.
Yeah, and you you have a little bit of sort of priestly, divine sort of training from your doctorship and your whatever doctorship, which is a word I just made up.
We get it. It's fine.
You know what I was getting at
Yeah.
there. So and also Baron Metis is completely caught off guard by the fact that you're no longer under his control. So you're actually able to go toe to toe with this vampire for a good, much longer than a normal commoner should.
Mm-hmm.
You go back and forth, and there's a couple moments during this surprisingly competitive battle where he looks a little wide-eyed that he's worried, but ultimately his overwhelming power is just too much for you, and he ends up slaughtering you reluctantly. He whispers in your ears as you're dying. He says, "You're one of the best thrall I've ever had. I'm sorry it had to end this way. We could have ruled these lands, and Lord Strahd promises us so much, but there'll be another as you die. But you put up a valiant fight at the end, and so everybody's dead. So good job there." But let me read the end here. So thanks to Virgil. Yeah, what?
Sorry, I was gonna say it's just like Rogue One or Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and this is it too. So while the holy symbol of Ravenkind is secured, Markovia is dead. Strahd's reign of oppression and torture continues to spread across the land. His minions gain confidence, and with Bishop Markovia out of the picture, there doesn't seem to be anyone who can stand up to the Dark Lord. The people of Kreshk desperately rebuild their defenses and retreat even more into seclusion. They pray to the Morning Lord that he send them stronger champions to save them someday. They now live in perpetual fear, but with a glimmer of hope buried in the gardens. And that hope is all they have left for now. That's it.
That's awesome.
That is cool. Nice tie-in with our prophecy from the tarot cards there
Yeah,
too.
For sure.
Funny
Well,
how it
what
all
did I miss
comes,
there?
it comes back.
With the tarot cards?
The guardian that like look to the guardian at the gardens. That's from the.
Got
That's
it.
from the one of the cards that we were dealt.
You have to do some digging.
Yeah. Back to our characters. I'm gonna go over to the Scarecrow and just start. That's okay.
Ragnar's gonna pull a shovel out.
I don't know where we are, what we're doing, but that's what I'm doing.
I'm hoping Baron Metis is still alive.
Oh, I don't think so.
Don't vampires live forever?
I suppose, yeah. If they.
They do in Twilight. Come on.
I got to plead the fifth on this question. So
He could have died in the battle with the dragon.
Really well run, Dan. Really well put
Dude,
together.
that was great.
That was cool.
So that's the end of the one shot. So next time we pick back up, it will be back with our main characters, who, as you remember, are right here at the Abbey, 300 or 100 years later. What
I
is
think
it?
it's 100, right?
Yeah, 100 years later.
Was
I
it
think.
just... Oh. Yeah, I guess it was 100. I don't know why I thought it was more.
It's crazy going from these commoner characters to our characters. It's going to be like warming up with 7 donuts on your bat.
Yes. Right.
That was fun. You guys, I mean, to me, this was all you guys role playing and these crazy characters and this.
I
bunch
love
of
it though.
misfits.
I mean,
that was
I
rad.
hate to say it, like in the future, I like when we finish the campaign, I would totally do that. Like short little, 2 to 3 session mini campaign one shot type things. I think it's
Yeah,
cool.
that's what I was really gonna push for us. If you guys, anyone who wants to continue after Curse of Strahd, we're well over 2/3 of the way through, so we're in the home stretch, I think,
Yeah.
depending on what you guys do. But I would propose that after this, we do rotate the DM, play like adventures, not one shots, but things that you can do in like 10 sessions, not 100.
Right.
Yeah.
Like over.
There's a lot of those though. There's a lot that are like, like maybe five sessions or something like that, or you know what I mean? And
I think that's cool. I mean, especially if it. I think one thing we should strive for is making it where it's more role play based rather than playing through just an actual written story and combat. Because I like when we do stuff like this where
Well, how about
we
this-
have to
how
kind of
about this
ad-lib
session?
most of it.
What about this session though? Because I knew this was going to be a 3-hour combat, but I was
but I-
trying to make it role playing, not just.
No,
Yeah.
no, I think that worked really well because I didn't feel like I was just. And I love my barbarian. Don't get me wrong. I love our campaign, but I didn't feel like I was just like, okay, let me try to make sure I'm doing the right thing here, and I like attack, and then I attack again. Like it.
Yeah,
just,
you guys were
it was
attacking each
more-
other. I mean, you guys
Yeah,
were way
right,
more.
we were
in
fighting each
character
other,
with
which
your
was
plan.
big.
Yeah.
Well,
I would
and
say
that's
though,
something
with
that
your
we.
guy too, though.
Yeah.
With this campaign, don't worry so much about it. Then just have fun with it and do it. You know,
I
what
think
mean?
that's
Like,
probably the biggest thing to take from it, right? Like
Yeah.
That's what
just
Crocus
fucking,
did.
like,
Now he's a bust that they pass along from haunted house to haunted house.
I guess he didn't worry enough.
Right.
He maybe should have worried a little bit.
I guess I'll just shoot that fucking crow over there. Whatever.
I don't know. These are all things we can figure out as we go. But this was awesome. I love it. I mean, we could.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do this every, handful of sessions, a little side thing, that'd be sweet. I mean. I think it was
I
awesome.
mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but this actually dovetails perfectly into our campaign. So I love doing these kind of things too. So I'll be all about that.
Yeah.
I just like that when
I
we do
killed
these
my
little
train, by the
ones,
way.
we take a few more risks with our characters. Like,
Yes, that's a really good point, right? When we're in like a deep campaign where we're like, I don't want my guy to die,
right.
we're a little more reserved. I think it's just natural. Whereas in this case, like most of us are like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm never
Right.
playing this
I've got 5
character
minutes
tonight.
into him. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And also with the way we build them, like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play a senile old man, right?
And I'm gonna hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, Deckard, although he's like a cowboy and low charisma, I'm still kind of like the badass, like, where instead sometimes it's,
All right, see, well. I guess he's done.
That's usually what happens to Punch when he's like mid sentence or about, he's like, all right, I got to roll at 18. I roll at.
Yeah, I'm not just sitting there. I'm gesturing wildly or doing something like weird and.
I don't know.
anyway, I don't know what just happened there, but I just like that we played crazy characters.
Yeah.
I'm always down with that.
What's that meme? Doug shared it once. It's like your first character is like, I'm a stone-fisted.
Right, like I'm
barbarian
a
with a dark
fighter
past.
with a sword and a shield, and I'm
Right, like I'm a Jedi paladin with like the defenses of like an whatever, and then like your sixth character is like I'm a gnome, like groupie for a rock band looking for like a peanut butter and jelly, the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich
Right,
in the
Yes,
universe.
It's just completely
Right.
off the wall. It's
But that's when you've hit the pinnacle level of role playing because it's like
Which I think our characters will be more of if it's like, hey, for 5 sessions, like, yeah, I'm gonna play the annoying idiot who,
yeah, because
No.
then you're not married to it, right?
Right.
And you get to have
we're
fun with
not
it.
like so. Yeah, the hard part about doing it in the campaign is like, from a role playing. This is the hard part, and I guess it's kind of needs to be like both the DM and the players, but it's really hard to role play. Like if you're, for example, Blackwing, right? It's really, if he hadn't have died in the windmill, it's really hard to role play keeping Blackwing in the group, right? Like, from a role playing perspective, wouldn't we eventually be all like, dude, this guy's gonna get us killed?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
chaotic.
it
He's just
was
chaotic.
happening
it was
sooner or later.
inevitable.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys were already there. I think.
It didn't take
So-
long.
So you can't ever really play like that asshole character, or, because you need to ride that fine line of the group not role playing you, right? Because at a certain point you have to meta it, right? If your character sucks, the group's either gonna meta not killing you because they know they can't kill you because we don't want to kill whoever's character. Like, if you have a 5-session thing, you don't have to worry about that. Your character might die in the second session. And then
Yeah,
hang it out.
I think there's a lot to be said about that.
Well, that's why I attacked the cow and I attacked the person and I burned down the house.
You did it better
You
than
guys-
anybody.
I love all that
Yes.
this shit that you guys do. I honestly, I'm not saying this just to say this, but you guys are the best fucking group because all that shit. It's the perfect, to me, it's the perfect balance, right? Because I think it's like you have some groups that are just totally min-maxing, trying to win the game, do the best possible
Which is
thing.
exactly what we did with our first campaign.
With Doug, and why Doug got
Within
frustrated.
reason,
'cause-
even though Doug tried to make us get out of that shell, but it was the first for most of us, and we were playing it like a standard RPG, and we were like, let's play by the rules and like
Yeah.
just
Win the
make
game.
it simple and just don't die.
Right. Right.
But then there's the other end of the spectrum where you're just goofing around and fucking around, and you're not like caring
Not
about
actually
what.
doing anything.
Right.
And then that just becomes nonsense. So there's the balance, and I feel like our group strikes the balance, like just right on the fucking money.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
We'll have a lot of
I
good
did- I-
talks when we
I
finish
think
this
there's
campaign, because I think we have a lot of different options that we could go with for stuff in the
Yeah.
future.
And it'd be fun to have different DMs too.
Because I
So
suck.
Dan could play. Right?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say literally every one of us would be a good DM. Like Amber's been a
Not me.
DM,
No, I can't do it.
Matt's been a DM,
can't-
Ponch
I
has
can't
been a
do it.
DM. Will, you and Sal both have the like sort of creative, sort of fantasy, sort of ideas and backgrounds. You both have written stuff. Like I think all of us would be phenomenal DMs.
Why not, Adam?
Except Adam.
I can't. No. So I definitely could do the creative side.
Yeah.
I can't handle the pressure. I can't. I'm too antisocial, nervous, stage fright type guy. I couldn't do
But
it.
we don't have to stream it or record it. I mean, who
No.
gives a shit?
No,
We
it
know
doesn't
one-
matter. No, I still couldn't handle all that pressure of having to like keep the flow of things. No freaking way.
You know, when I did Owlbear Run for the first half hour, my heart was racing, but then I relaxed.
Nah,
'cause,
but
like,
you're
not-
you're good at that, Matt. You're good at talking and
but it's
dealing
the
with
players.
people.
But it's the players. You guys are the focus of the show,
Yeah,
not
I
me. I'm just.
I would worry too much. I would worry too much about following rules, which is how my brother is. But he's way
no.
smarter than me, so he's good at
Break
like,
all
rolling
the
with it.
rules. Oh,
No, I
just
couldn't
break
do it.
all the
No,
rules.
I would be constantly like, okay, so that's what you wanted to do? Hold on, give me 5 minutes to read the entire rule book and make sure it's okay.
Dude,
I
when
would.
we did Owlbear Run, I let everyone re-roll everything
I
all
know.
the time, just so you
Yep.
can get the thing, like, 'cause it's fun.
Yeah, there's actually a really good line in the children's book you bought for me for Max, Adam.
Yeah.
In the ABC one, when it gets to Y, it's Y is for yes, which all DMs should say.
I
And
got
that
that.
should be my rule. Like if you want
I
to do
love
something,
that book.
yeah, you can do it.
If,
You go for
you're
it,
probably
you
right.
can do it.
That is a good thing
Just
to
do
live by.
it. Yeah,
It just gets a yes.
So
You know,
much
though, even with
responsibility.
that, sometimes you can throw like you can say yes, but you can kind of throw like a monkey's paw type of result in there too. Like,
Yeah.
let them do something, but it doesn't mean it's going to turn out how you want to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or something like that. You can without, stomping on it,
Right. Dan could have let me jump through the window of the Abbey, but then I break my leg when I land. That's.
That's always been my philosophy. It's like, don't fudge the numbers or nerf the players. Just add more challenge. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you rolled a natural 20 and you decapitated Tiamat in one shot. Cool. Well, Tiamat's twin sister just fucking materialized out of the sky, and you know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Rather than saying, oh, yeah, your 19 didn't hit because, you know what I mean? Like, I've always believed in, don't nerf the player, buff the challenge. I've been that way for video games and adventure games or whatever. Like, I'm never going to take away from what you guys can do. But if you're trivializing something that I wanted to be a challenge, I'll just add more challenge. There'll be another,
I think
7 more skeletons running around. Right?
And then we never
I'd rather
know.
have. Right. You wouldn't have known if there were 7 more skeletons behind the door, but you would know if you're rolling 17s against a skeleton, and I'm telling you, oh, he deflected it with his, like someone else we played with used to do and frustrate the shit out of me.
Right.
It's like, hey, Doug, or whoever DM I'm referring to.
Are we streaming anymore?
Hopefully we're not.
No.
Hopefully we're not streaming anymore.
Okay.
No, Doug, a